Welcome everybody
Hey.
to episode 6 of Where's My Super Suit? It's your boy Phony Toast, the toast with the most, and
Task 1, and I would like to apologize because we had like a Batman theme going on here, and you kind of fucked it up with the Deadpool hat.
hey, look, I love Deadpool. All right,
I love Deadpool too.
Deadpool could be a Batman. That's his kind of
Oh
character.
bullshit! He's no Batman.
He's not. I didn't
He's
say
not
he'd fight.
focused enough to be
could
Batman.
He could be in Batman. Harley
Ah,
Quinn.
the movie.
No, I'm saying not the movie. I'm just saying in a comic book. Because he's that fourth wall character. He's got that Harley Quinn tie that everybody wants to see.
Everybody wants to see it.
So
but
I can
here's
see
something
him
sad.
being an assassin on a side mission, put through Gotham, them doing one of their random back in the day type thing, and even putting him against the goofy ass old school Batman.
Well, did you see that Bat in the Sun fight that they did for YouTube?
Uh-uh.
Oh shit, nigga, we gotta watch that after this. It's
All right.
Batman and Domino versus Harley Quinn and Joker.
Oh, nice.
You haven't seen the Bat in the Suns?
I don't think I
Dude,
have.
they're amazing. If you guys are watching this, go to YouTube and type in Bat in the Sun. It's this dude that makes videos. He posts on a website like this guy versus this guy. People vote who they want to win, and whoever wins, he'll post a video that he shot of them.
I think I might have seen some of them.
Yeah, they
Okay.
did. They did one random one, which was Darth Maul and Spider-Man. That was random as shit.
But people would want to see it.
They did Kick-Ass versus Stacey Jones.
Really?
Oh, Casey Jones. I said
Casey
Stacey
Jones.
Jones.
Oh, I was like, Casey
Kick-Ass
Jones.
versus
Why?
Casey Jones.
Okay.
They did Wolverine versus Predator. That one was awesome. They did Thor versus Superman. It's all live action.
Okay.
And it was just amazing what the shit they do. But if you get a chance, go watch that. But I will, Gail Simone, who draws the writer, the female writer. She's probably one of the best female writers, Gail Simone. She was talking about it on Twitter the other day. She was just like, yeah, because she's written for Marvel and DC. And she's just like, yeah, I don't think that there's going to be a Marvel DC crossover anytime soon.
You mean in the movies?
In anything.
In anything?
Anything.
Okay.
Which sucks, because remember back in the days, Marvel and DC were like, fuck it, we're all in the same category. We pretty much own 85% of the market, just us two. Why don't we just work
Do you
together?
think it's because they had so much separate media in terms of the Marvel Studios hadn't taken off? You know, when they were doing.
Well, this
Marvel
is before the
Studios.
movies, of course.
And you think that conflict now in the movie world is what's going to keep them there?
To me, it started before that. I think the first shot was when DC started signing artists, signing writers, and signing artists. As in, they would sign someone to a deal. Like, back in the days, writers would write for Marvel, writers would write for DC. They didn't care. They wrote for anybody and just got a check.
Right.
DC was the first company to be like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sign this specific writer to DC, and now he can only write for DC.
Right.
And that kind of fucked it up, because then Marvel's like, well, now we just lost an act. So then Marvel started like signing his shit, and it went from comic books to like sports. Like, who's gonna get signed to this team? Who's gonna get signed to this team?
Rookie artists coming in with signing bonuses.
That's what I'm saying. They were giving that. No,
cheerleaders
seriously. And they were having like the rookie squad. Marvel was having like, I forgot what they were called, but Marvel had like the rookie squad, and then like DC was signed some of the rookies, and the rest of the rookies, and vice versa. And it just
It's
got
funny
kinda,
because I remember you talking about like the Bendis era, almost like he was like Tom Brady coming in. And he made all these damn changes.
He did.
And,
He did.
He had such an effect that it's like, yeah, I mean, you were basically drafted in.
Mm-hmm.
You were given the quarterback position, and you took your team, and you were driving down the field. You were winning Super Bowls, and then you were showing up for Super Bowls and getting blown out. And,
Yeah, but fuck Tom Brady. Matter of fact, I hope he loses tomorrow. Anyways, so
Carolina gonna win a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna get off comments for a little bit. I want the Panthers to win, but I kind of want Manning to win, because this might be his last year. Think about
This
it.
will be his last
He's
year.
had a rough year. They took him out the starting position. He got blamed for having fucking a super soldier serum in him, or HGH or whatever.
That happens to people. You know.
It does happen, but
Super
like,
soldier serum be going around, man.
Sometimes
and,
you need
slipping in your drink.
You
never
need that
know.
Star Spangled Banner inside
never
of you.
know.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
So
like,
I'm
damn.
moving for Manning. But
Right.
anyways, did you see the DC special this week?
I saw the videos of it.
Okay.
I saw the results.
Okay.
From it. So yeah, let's get into media.
Okay, let's get right to it.
Which piece do you want to go for? You want to go for Suicide Squad? trailer?
I just say the whole DC thing. The whole DC thing.
Whole DC thing.
First of all, DC, fuck you guys.
Damn.
Okay, let me start off with that. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Marvel Nazi. Obviously, I'm not that much of a Marvel Nazi. I wear Batman shit all the time.
Okay.
My thing is this: DC, stop acting like y'all are the only ones that are doing this shit. Y'all are the only ones that you created this shit. So let's keep it 1,000. If it wasn't for Marvel, you guys wouldn't be here.
Damn.
If it wasn't for Marvel making that step.
Well, hold on.
No. DC has had movies for years. I completely agree with that. DC has been making movies longer than Marvel, but they never combined them. So that's on
You're
DC.
talking about they never made team movies.
No, they never combined them into one universe. As in the
movies
are all one universe.
You were just saying they're individual.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying DC, this was never your idea to do this. Until Marvel said, let's do this.
So you're saying the DC Universe movie set is what you don't like. Like, you don't like the idea that they're pretending like, hey, look, this is the first time you're seeing an entire collection of characters coming together.
If you watch the DC special, they pretty much interviewed everybody who's going to be in all the movies. And they're like, yeah, it's a universe and all the movies connect. All of them are together. It's unlike anything you've ever seen before. I'm like, Marvel's been doing this since 2008, bruh. It's been 8 years, my nigga. Yeah. It's been 8 years. Yeah. Like, stop acting like... No, people are like, oh, Corey, you're just hating. I'm like, nah. I'm glad DC's getting it going. Because DC has great characters. I want to see them on the big screen. I want them to make Marvel want to up their game up. Which I feel like Marvel is. They're just not saying that yet. They're like, all right, word, get your thing out. But there's nothing wrong with healthy competition. Okay. I'm all for it. Okay. My problem was when they interviewed these guys, like, you just got to see the special. First of all, Kevin Smith was on it. Kevin Smith was interviewing Jeff Johns. And Kevin Smith is so just like, wow, this is he's so over exaggerated. You gotta watch the special. And the people watching it who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Like, Kevin Smith was like, wow, I feel like I've waited my whole life to see all these characters together in one film. I'm like, Kevin Smith, stop it. Ouch. Stop it. Ouch. Cut it out.
Biting hard.
Stop it. And so then I hated this. I hated that they did the special. Not because DC is like trying to pump their shit, which is cool. I'm glad they are. All the DC stands came crawling out. And they're like, yeah, good night, Marvel. Good night, Marvel. Shut the fuck up. First of all, if Suicide Squad is not rated R, the movie's gonna suck.
Yeah, is it?
Let me throw that out there. Huh?
Did it get rated yet?
It's not gonna get rated until like a month or two before it comes out. So you're not gonna see a rate for it till probably like June or July.
Okay.
But if Suicide Squad is not rated R, then it's not going to be good.
Yeah, they have, and you know what the sad part is? They have not shown any indication in the previews that it would be rated R. Everything looks everything
nervous.
Looks very carefully photographed to represent a shot, a punch, a hit. Because now, technically, I would almost think Deadshot alone should make this rated R. He has to shoot people.
Deadshot doesn't have a power. Deadshot is Hawkeye with a gun.
Yeah.
Deadshot is just, I'm
Pretty
Hawkeye,
much.
but I have a
Pretty
gun.
much. I shoot people.
So
what else do you do?
And
I shoot them dead.
Here's what I hate that DC has done. We're going to go into Suicide Squad trailer. First of all, I like the trailer. The trailer was great. I think they kind of went the Guardians of the Galaxy route with it, with showing old school music to help emphasis that that's something else they just took from Marvel. Come on, guys, give them that. Give respect where it's due. Give respect. If it was vice versa, I would have said Marvel got that from DC, but they didn't because Marvel is the house of ideas. Anyways,
no, Suicide Squad trailer. I thought it was good. I thought they did a good job putting it together. Like you said, the music in the background was killer.
The music helped
the mood
push it
of
forward.
The whole thing.
But they got that from Guardians. That's my whole entire argument. Because no other comic book film used old music to push their shit until Guardians.
But at the same time, they're trying. You can tell it's very obvious they're trying to bring that same type of superhero team. So they're bringing that, that kind of trying to bring that rogue, anti-hero, reluctant hero team, just like Guardians of the Galaxy and just like upcoming Deadpool. So
no, I agree with that. But here's the catch: people say, "Oh well, this is a catch for DC because these are characters they're doing this. No one's heard of Suicide Squad before." you're absolutely right. No one has really heard of Suicide Squad, but you know who they have heard of? Harley Quinn and Joker.
Yeah.
And so it's not that much of a twist. It's not that much of a gamble. Because they're using characters that are recognizable. Not only recognizable, some of the most recognizable characters in their universe.
And if you look at the trailer is probably a good 60% Harley Quinn and Joker. The rest of it is basically Will Smith, because he's popular.
Well, here's the deal, too.
Then, action shots for everybody else.
Too. There's way too many characters for a Will Smith movie. They're even just pushing They're just pushing Will Smith, Margot Robbie. I think they said Margot Robbie, right? Margot Robbie and Jared Leto. They're not even pushing anyone else in this movie.
Who else is in the movie?
Jai Courtney.
See, you really had to think.
I had to think because I hate Jai Courtney.
And then here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Honest Trailer said it best. Stop trying to make Jai Courtney a thing. Stop trying to push Jai Courtney like he is just the next action star. He fucking sucks. He ruined the Terminator movies. He ruined Terminator. I can't even watch. Did you see Terminator Genesis?
Yeah.
I can't even watch that movie no more. I can't even watch the old ones no more. I'm like, oh, now they fucked it up. They fucked it up. And shout out to Trey Tokyo, because you're right. It is pretty much Deadpool versus Suicide Squad. Doctor Strange comes out of nowhere, pulls everybody.
And not only that, but I think personally, Civil War.
I think Civil War is gonna kill.
I think Civil War is technically set to go up against what we'll call Justice League, Batman versus Superman, which is basically Justice League 1. And
it's Justice League 0.5. 0.5. It's Justice League 0.5. We haven't hit one yet.
Hold on. I bet you by the second official trailer, there'll probably be like 4 more members. They're going to be like, so Captain Marvel's going to show up now.
See what had happened was.
Zatanna's going to show we brought in Martian Manhunter now. And
that's another that pissed me off. I'm like, why is Martian Manhunter not here? It makes me hate
Cyber. Black guy.
It makes me hate it more. It makes me hate it more because Cyborg's whole purpose in being there is that he's the black guy. Yeah. He's the black guy in the team.
Booyah!
And fuck all you people who are just like acting like you're so excited that Cyborg is getting the movie. You don't care about anything else except for that he's black. Yeah, you don't care about anything else. And if you really cared about him, you'd be reading his book, and his book wouldn't be like number 75 in top 100. You'd be reading his book.
That is one thing I have to say that annoys me, especially in the media right now. In comic books and the media, is everybody wants to support. Everybody's like, look, if you're black and you're in a comic book, you get instant support from the black community. Yes. No matter how bad your character might be, no matter how poorly placed they might be, no matter how damn disrespectful to the other black characters that could have been on the team,
it might
not
be. True, I can't here's the problem.
People automatic black cred.
No, I can't either. Here's the problem. What you said is not true. It's just what they say and they want you to believe. They want you to believe that they support characters because they're black. That's not true. You support characters. I mean, they want to support characters that are black. I don't believe in that. And the reason why is because there are some shitty black characters that I'm 125% sure you're not going to support. Y'all niggas ain't pushing for a Night Thrasher movie.
You mean we're played by Lil Wayne?
Why? Because he's on a skateboard?
Black guy on a skateboard. Who else?
Y'all ain't pushing for a Night Thrasher movie. Y'all motherfuckers ain't pushing for a Rage movie. Who here is champion for a triathlon? Triathlon. Let me tell you something about my hatred for triathlon. Let me tell you. Can I speak on this? And if you don't know, please Google triathlon Avengers. This guy has the stupidest origin. Triathlon is a black guy who is an athlete. If that's not the most racist shit, his superpower is he's 3 times stronger than the average man. Ooh. He could jump 3 times higher than a regular man. He could jump. He can run 3 times faster than the average man.
So he's just a black guy?
I'm like, he's a Luke Bolt. So he's just a Luke Bolt and put in a superhero suit. He's Jamaican. I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. Why are y'all pushing for that? And speaking of which, I'm going to get off DC for a little bit because we're just talking about it. So to bring it back, Captain America.
Oh, hold on. Before.
Oh, okay.
No. We got to finish the media. All right. So this.
Oh, you want to say on that one?
I want to finish off. Okay,
media,
we had a return of a show, which I can talk about pretty quickly because I love the show. Agent Carter came back.
Agent Carter's great, but Marvel fucked up.
On which part? Well,
They shouldn't have played it at that time.
Oh, you're talking about the time of day that
They
show
played
actually,
it on the same time that DC was doing their thing.
And that's rough, but you got to remember, it doesn't matter because we live in the digital age. People
right.
are going to TiVo it. People are going to watch it online later because it's a good show. Either way,
and shout out to Trey Tokyo, what he said. White guilt shouldn't dictate changing the lead character. Exactly. I completely agree with that. But them doing that, them showing that new Cyborg, people rather watch that than Agent Carter, and it didn't do well in ratings. And while we do live in the digital age, I completely agree with that. Yeah. But they don't care about that.
Yeah, and ratings are initial. People know that they're going to catch it on the back.
They want ratings. Yeah, that's what they care about.
They like the initial ratings, but we moved into the age of that show's going to kill on the Netflix, the Hulu.
It's not even on Netflix. It's not even on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu. It's not on Netflix.
I thought they pushed season 1 or announced they were going to push
Maybe they did. I got to double check it. But I like Agent Carter. To me, Agent Carter shits on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh,
and the reason why...
Agents of who? That's a show still?
Let me tell you something.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should be renamed and canceled, bro.
I don't even want to call it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. no more. I want to call it Inhumans.
Inhumans.
It's the Inhuman show. It went from being Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to the Inhuman show. Yeah. It's now just about Inhumans. Yeah. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
It's a terrible show, like I said. It should be called canceled. But Agent Carter is good. If you haven't watched it already, go watch it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not watching it. It's great.
2 episodes so far. Of it. They had the back-to-back season premiere, so it's an amazing show. Go watch it. Good stuff. The one I want to talk about, though, is let's go over to DC. Okay. DC released a new show. DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, this is DC's kind of Kickstarter almost for the year. This is one of their first...
Let me just call it what it is. It's
Avengers.
It's Avengers the show.
Dude,
it's Avengers the show.
It's not even... It's
their attempt. It's their attempt at Avengers the show.
It's just so... Why is it so bad?
I don't think that is bad. What my problem in it, I don't think that it's good either. I'm just saying.
Okay. I don't think it's good either. This show is terrible, bro.
I think that they're trying to overdo it. I think they're doing too much. You got 8 characters and trying to cram them into one show. There's no way you're gonna be able to get character development across. You're not gonna be able to while making sure they have enough time on screen. You're not. It's impossible.
I don't even think that's like the only problem. Okay. I don't think that outside of their individual universes, and the CW network never helps with this, the characters aren't all that interesting.
They're not.
I mean, Vandal Savage is the only reason I kind of feel
Vandal Savage is
like
that dude.
Tuning in. You know what I mean?
Because that dude,
Vandal Savage written well, is an amazing concept for a character, especially once you tie in other theology, like the Hawkman, Hawkgirl. Who
agreed.
Okay, worthy of the show in title. Actors are okay, like I said, CW, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but I feel they fit.
I only like
Captain Cold. I'm okay with dude as an actor. I don't like him in the show, but I don't like him with Scorcher as well.
Scorcher.
Heatwave. My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, now here's my problem. I'm glad you brought that up. So do we need 2 dudes with flame powers?
No.
I'm like, we got Firestorm who shoots flame. And then you got Heatwave, the guy with a gun that shoots flame. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm like, why do you have 2 characters that does the same exact shit?
Well, no. 2 characters, one Omega and one B-list.
It's just a dude with a gun.
One B-list. Dude with a gun. They do this basically, like, one does it really, really well to the point of just OP-ness. And the other one does it like, I mean, he's an idiot. He brings nothing else to the table other than the fact that he has that gun in his possession.
And I like Leonard Snart. I like Captain Cold, but I like him as a Flash villain. Like, I'm like, why did you bring him to this show? They just don't fit, those 2 characters, and I like them a lot. I could see them being more regulars on the Flash show.
Well, and see, here's the thing. As an actor, because they are regulars on the Flash show. But
no, they're not. They barely show up. They probably show up like twice a season.
Okay,
they're not regular.
Twice a season is more than and Captain Cold actually shows up more than twice a season. So they show up as a pair. Other than that, yeah, they do. Because most of the time when Captain Cold shows up, he gets a 2-part episode, and he normally does that twice a season.
Okay, well that's 4, but they do like 20 episodes. That's not regular.
Well, I'm sorry. twice per half of the season because they take that
No,
long
I get what
ass
you're
break.
saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, well,
he's one of the more reoccurring villains that he has.
Yeah, he's more of a
but
reoccurring,
they
which
add
makes sense.
a lot of villains for
which makes sense.
Flash.
Which also, I mean, and I said, even though I like Leonard Stark, I like the character Captain Cold. How is a dude with a gun Flash's greatest enemy? I just don't understand that. Like, how come?
See, I think in the show they kind of tried to address that in the sense that he's the only villain who really knows who Wally is. That Wally hasn't just kind of taken.
They had to do that because when the smoke clears, I like him, but when the smoke clears, he's a dude with a gun.
Yeah,
he's a dude with a gun.
But
like,
Flash's reluctancy to kill allows him to just continue being a dude with a gun.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that he'd be on the team only because he's smart.
Yeah,
and I like it, as an actor. I think he brings that kind of sinisterness to the role that you can really develop him out in the Legends of Tomorrow. But I don't feel like they're going to do it. Like you said, one, there's too many people. It's oversaturated.
It really
and
is.
And then
There's
I want to get
characters.
on the character I probably just don't like for so many reasons, and that's the Atom.
Oh, okay. Superman.
So, like,
how
you have them
is
flying
that?
around, shooting energy blasts and everything. Like, holy shit! Did you just not understand the concept of the character, A, the Atom, but B, you put the shittiest Superman possible in another superhero role?
First of all, I feel bad for what's his name? He plays
Brandon Routh.
Yes, I'm like, wow, dude, you got fucking demoted, bruh. How you go from Superman to the Atom? Yes. Yo, if that isn't a demotion, I don't know what is. That's number one. Number two, this is fucking Iron Man. I'm like, how is he not just Iron Man? Runs a company, check. Lots of money, check. Super suit, check. How are you not just Iron Man?
Shoots like
repulsor rays out of his hands, check. Super strength, check. I'm just like, did y'all not read the Iron Man?
Did y'all not read the Atom comic book?
That's not what thing. He's so not the Atom. Yeah. That'd be just like Marvel. That's no different than Marvel making an Ant-Man movie, but he can like float in space.
Yeah. So what is it? Well, I'm Ant-Man, but I also have heat
But I have
vision.
space and I can shoot out my eyeballs. Ants can't do that. Like, nigga, who cares?
Well, it's a special kind of Hetorus rexus super ant. From the prehistoric era.
That can develop electricity.
Yeah, develops electricity. He has freeze breath. Don't forget the freeze breath.
The freeze breath. Yeah. It's just stupid.
That show to me was so bad. It was so long-winded. The writing felt amateur at best. And I like The Flash. It's another CW show. I enjoy The Flash.
The Flash is great.
Trust me. It feels way too CW-ish.
Agreed.
In terms of just the overall, like I said, acting, feeling, show. The filming of it feels too... It feels too HD. Like, it feels like it should be a little darker. Because you're going to conflict with an apocalyptic time where the apocalyptic time looked like, okay, the Apocalypse 1 just started. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, and that's Rip Van Hunter, whatever, was supposed to be, a young kid and everything. It's like, it didn't really look like it was getting that dark. It kind of looked like, okay, well, this dude has some Foot Clan soldiers and they're a little upset and they didn't get paid this week, so they're, acting out. It didn't feel like the apocalypse is coming down. The world is dark. The world I come from is dark because he shows up and he's fancy, dressed to the nines. You know what I mean? He don't look like. I mean, give the man a rip in his coat. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I just came from the war-torn future.
I get what you're saying.
Up.
It's just the sense of dread didn't really hit me. Like, I'm just like, everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. And I don't feel like that when I watch The Flash. When I watch The Flash, I'm like, oh shit's fucked up. Yeah. How are we gonna stop
your
this?
Personal life? I mean, the whole situation with what's it called Wally alone. That was a fucked up situation. I felt for dude. I felt for the dad. Like, damn, that's some culture shit.
First of all, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. He's a black dude, so the typical black father who wasn't around. And but it wasn't really his fault.
Yeah.
Why he wasn't around. I didn't like that. I'm like, this kid is kind of being a dick. Because the nigga didn't know you were alive. And so he knows it, so he's trying.
See, I don't know. For me, that I only liked it because it felt like a more realistic situation where it wasn't a racial thing. It wasn't like, I was in the hood, da-da-da. No, it was like more like, hey, look, shit got bad. I had no idea. And you're a kid, you know what I mean? You're at a point in life where you're ready to act out.
Yeah.
And how it is to be that age.
Well, definitely, but my problem with it was that the kid was too mad at the father. Like, it was his fault.
It was.
Like, I mean, no, it wasn't.
Bad.
He didn't know.
Bad.
He didn't know. And the dad was a little too
Nah, I feel
hard.
you. I feel you.
The dad was a little too hard on himself. The dad was a little too hard. Like,
yeah, but
you didn't know.
You didn't know, but how else could you feel?
I mean, he should feel
how
bad,
else could you feel?
but
And
the
it's not
dad
like
was
he
acting
wasn't
like,
a dad at the same time. Like,
I wouldn't. It didn't
dad.
feel believable to me for how he reacted to it.
Okay.
That's just to me. I can understand if he knew, and then for some reason he just didn't do it. Then yeah, I would feel like shit. But I'm like, nigga, you hella mad about something you honestly didn't know nothing about. Like, stop being so down on yourself, bro. You can be upset about it, but he mad like
you gotta
did
be
something.
extra upset because the white kid next to you could run real fast and take you all the way back. And you go get your kid as a baby.
That's true too. Hop on that treadmill.
He's like, hey man, you got the cosmic treadmill in back. Yo, look, I need a favor. You know how your dad is out of jail, right?
You're absolutely right. It's crazy, but I mean, I like Flash, especially
Flash.
with the turtle.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy. I like that. The turtle is like a reverse Flash, a real reverse Flash. While Flash can control speeds and speed them up, the turtle slows it down.
Yeah.
And so, like, it almost looks like he's going fast because he's just slowing time down and moving. Yeah. And I thought that was really cool that they did that with him. But Flash is just kicking everyone's ass right now. Like, that's like the show. And it seems like all the other shows are trying to keep up with Flash.
Yeah. I think DC right now hasn't been able to get a proper grip on their live shows. Just because I think they've got some good ones, and then they deliver some really like crap, like Constantine. Where it's like, you guys deliver some really crappy shows. DC Legends of Tomorrow is kind of like, I don't really like everywhere you're going. You could have used some other characters too that, like White Canary. It's
what the fuck is a White Canary? Like,
a shitty character, but
I liked her as Black Canary. I hate the character Black Canary.
Yeah,
she sucks. She's like one of the worst characters of all time. Almost as bad as Skyler in Breaking Bad. She's a horrible character. She's not good at fighting. She's just in the way. Like, bitch, get the fuck out the way. Get out and put an arrow in her ass or something. Make her stop. Like, you're always getting in trouble. You're always getting your ass beat, and they're always coming to save your ass. Get the fuck out of here. You'll never be your sister.
Yeah.
You'll never be White Canary.
It's bad. It's bad. That's a bad one. I can't recommend that show. DC
Arrow?
No, DC Legends.
DC Legends about that.
Well, White Canary tie into.
Hopefully, it gets better.
Canceled. Oh, it'll get better. Yeah, hopefully. But real quick, going back to Suicide Squad, I heard something, and I've been hearing something for a couple months now that is almost seeming like the rumor's not going away, and I'm hoping this doesn't happen. And that is that little J on Jared Leto's face means he's fucking Jason Todd. And I heard they keep making rumors about we'll have death in the family tie-ins. It's like,
listen here, if they make Joker Red Hood, and you heard it here first, because you're not the first person to tell me this. So if the rumor is true and if the Joker is just Jason Todd, I'm out. I'm out. If the Joker is just Jason Todd,
yes,
I'm out. I want nothing to do with this. Okay. I'm wiping my hands clean.
To me, that was the most disappointing thing I could hear. And trust me, I understand they're taking liberties. Like, for example, I remembered her name earlier. The girl playing Harley Quinn.
Oh, Margot.
Yeah, Margot
Robbie.
She doesn't do the squeaky voice that everybody's accustomed to.
Well, it's not really a squeaky voice. It's
like high.
Harley had a Jersey accent. She talked like she was from Jersey. Yeah. That was just a part of her character.
Yeah, I wasn't even getting into the accent part. I was just talking about just the tone of the voice.
Just the tone doesn't bother me. The tone doesn't bother me because to do that must hurt your fucking throat. Like, I just wanted the Jersey accent because having that Jersey accent is just as much as Rogue being Southern.
Right.
Like, that was a part of her character. And for her to not have that, it's kind of, to me, horrible and bad acting. Because how hard could it be to just talk like this? Especially when you're an actor or actress. Like, how hard can it be?
That should be a requirement for you to take the role, is to be able to emulate the character to that degree. I agree.
And the reason why you don't like DC Legends of Tomorrow is probably the same reason why you're probably not going to like Suicide Squad. I'm like, they got like 19 characters in this fucking movie. Y'all going to cram them all into one? No. There's going to be... You can't do whatchamacall. You can't do... character development, and you have three extremely big...
Because there's so many intro characters.
Exactly, and you have Will Smith, who has to take at least 75% of screen time.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto, who's probably not gonna take that much from what I'm hearing. The only times we see Joker, because if you notice, Joker is never with the Suicide Squad.
He's with Harley only.
So I'm thinking only time we're seeing Joker is for, and you see a scene where he dips her in the acid. I'm thinking we're only gonna see Joker for Margot Robbie's whatchamacall, for her flashback, for her character. Other than that, I don't think that we're gonna get. A lot of people are gonna be upset at that. A lot of people are gonna be upset at that.
I'm not.
I'm just letting people know. I'm letting people know now. You heard it here first. So when you finally watch the movie, don't get upset at that because you heard it here first. That Joker's not really gonna be in it.
I'd agree, and I hope he's not. I don't want him to be the villain of the movie. I don't want him to be the main protagonist of the movie. Mm-hmm. What I want is, number one, like he said, if I want Joker to be the Joker.
Yeah.
If Joker is Jason Todd, for any reason whatsoever that you guys could muster up, fail. That is one of the most epic stories of Batman's entire career. You've done nothing in the movies to lead up to it in any concept, in any fashion whatsoever, right? I mean, there's nothing. There's no lead into that. So to do a movie and then tie that into a character who's supposed to be mostly subplot and origin story based, as far as we're concerned, is ignorant, it's stupid, it's bad, and I will not continue to watch your movies, except for I will watch what I expect to be a failure of Batman versus Superman versus Wonder Woman versus Doomsday versus
Lex Luthor,
Cyborg versus
Cyborg.
That's not Lex Luthor. Versus some psycho child man versus Aquaman versus. Studios should make the actors study the characters and play, but I think they'll let the actors make their own. Yeah, I'd agree. I think that some put it this way. I think that what a lot of studios miss when they make those misses is that when you try to take your own spin on an existing character, you have to maintain the essence of the character. And I think that some of the best characters are written where you get the character, you keep the essence of the character, who they are doesn't change, but you just write them into different stories. Because the story doesn't have to be original. You can create your own story. But to take an existing character and then change the character and say, like we were talking about the whole Iceman's gay thing. Yeah. You know, to change the character in that way does nothing to bring life or bring anything additional to the character. Right. You should just make a new fucking character.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to change the character that fundamentally to where you think that a personality change, who he is change, like Superman snapping necks.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%.
Just make Hyperion.
You can make, I would have preferred that, but you can make something your own without losing what the character is. Yeah. And the perfect example is Heath Ledger.
Right.
Heath Ledger's Joker was his Joker, but it was still the Joker. Exactly. Like, it was still the Joker, but that was his Joker.
Yeah.
And I don't get that. I don't feel that with Harley Quinn. Like, I'm like, this isn't Harley Quinn. This is a chick that looks nice, I guess, and dressed up in paint and all this, and she's just calling herself Harley Quinn.
To me, instead of Harley Quinn, she is just the psychopath. She is not like a Harley Quinn the way Harley Quinn is. She's just a standard psychopath.
Like, I don't, when I see that, I don't see Harley Quinn. Like, I don't see that.
I mean, the look too. Like, I don't know why they went with the blue and red versus the red and black.
It seems to me they're trying to get her as far away from the comics as possible. To be honest with you, I don't understand the popularity of Harley Quinn. I think I said it every time at this podcast. I don't understand what the popularity is with her. Well, to me, she is a Joker henchman. To me, that's what I see her as. I'm like, okay, she's Joker's henchman. I can see people liking her. I can see people respecting her as a character, but they're saying, like, she's DC's most popular character. I'm like, what? Harley Quinn?
She is the only successful in terms of living and maintaining an identity of Joker's creations.
Yeah.
She is everybody who Joker turns, who gets Jokerized in any way, is dead. in pretty much almost in that saga. Harley Quinn went through the full Joker experience and is the result of it. So Harley Quinn represents something, I think, in that Batman universe. But I don't understand. That is like, she's a little ball of chaos.
Right, but I don't understand what makes her like so popular other than the fact that like a lot of girls like her. And I mean,
that's is that not enough?
I mean,
look at Gwenpool. Gwenpool is the perfect example of that. She pops up on an alternate Gwenpool. I agree about fuck.
Wait, what do you say here? Is because she's the only one the villain.
The villain Alpha accepts. I don't know what you mean by villain Alpha.
I mean, I think I kind of get what like she's like, and like here's my problem. So DC recognizes it's the same shit they're doing with Deadshot. Is that she just because she's getting popular. Now they're trying to say, okay, she's not really a bad guy. And to me, that's bullshit. And that's what's concerning me about Suicide Squad. If you're going to do a movie about bad guys, then make a movie about bad guys. Don't say they're bad guys, but... Like, for example, with Deadshot, they're showing that, well, he kills people, but he only kills other bad guys. Boo!
Yeah, that's not the character. And here's where I think Harley Quinn actually fits the mold that you were just describing that she doesn't fit better than Deadshot. Because Deadshot does not fit the mold of a Deadshot is a villain. Deadshot is a mercenary. Yes. He kills people. He is a hireable mercenary. You got $50,000. You could get somebody dead.
I have a comic. Deadshot killed a kid because he was paid to do it.
Yeah.
He was, Batman almost killed him, and like I think Robin had to like stop him, like yo, because Batman was gonna fucking murder him. Like, dude, you killed a fucking kid, and like Deadshot's like, hey, I got paid, like I got fucking.
Joker
paid.
is the alpha male of all villains. He doesn't care about anybody's life but Harley.
Is he the alpha male?
Well, but I think that ties. Villains? I think that ties into what I said. I don't think he's the alpha male of all.
No, because no one's more in the alpha DC than Dr. Doom. No one is more alpha.
You're crossing universes now.
Well, yeah, we're all crossing universes.
And Dr. Doom don't have no side piece like that.
Doom needs no side piece.
Doom has billions of side pieces. They're just bots.
Doom doesn't need a side piece.
Doom has billions of Doom bots. Thus, he has billions.
That's
of side
not
pieces.
A side piece though. Yeah. They're all Doom. All right. He made them.
Well, fine.
I'm a Doom enthusiast.
Doom is that nigga. That's the only problem with Doom.
Right.
But what can I do? But to answer the question, I get what you're saying. He doesn't care about like anybody's life but Harley's. But I think that ties into the fact that... But
does he only care about anyone else's life?
Well, you think about it. He cares about creating something. So if you go back to the Jason Todd situation too, right? Where, not Jason Todd situation. Hold on, let me think. He hasn't really... His situation with Batman is more about making Batman cross a line than it is about just killing Batman. Like, I want to turn you into something different. So Harley Quinn, he actually turned into something different. Harley Quinn became something different. So his protection over Harley Quinn is like protecting that experiment. Like, if you... Okay, and this is fucked up. I do not promote dog fighting, but if you were to train a pit bull to dog fight, and that dog was like a badass dog and won all kind of fight, you'd kind of protect that dog more than you protect a dog that kind of lost here and there. You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, look, also, I'm protecting a great investment with Harley Quinn.
Well, here's the deal. Before we get further, fuck you, FYI, Demi Lovato. Doom lost to Squirrel Girl. That shit didn't happen.
Yeah, it did.
I don't care.
Dude, have you seen the Marvel rating for Squirrel Girl?
I don't give a fuck.
Have you seen it?
I don't give a fuck.
She's a Galactus level character.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, alright.
Fuck you, Marvel. Fuck anyone that pushes Squirrel Girl.
Hey, you know what, Squirrel Girl? You know who Squirrel Girl's parents are, right? The Living Tribunal and One Punch Man.
Shut the fuck. She is just One Punch Man. She is just One Punch Girl. She's One Punch Girl.
So what's going on? I don't know. I'm playing with squirrels. But
I'm not going to accept it.
The Hulk?
I'm not going to accept it.
Bad Hulk.
No.
Got it.
No.
Got it.
People have bought the book and showed it to me. And they showed where Marvel says, this is continuity. No.
Hey, you know what? I think in the end, Squirrel Girl has to be like a Beyonder or something that just went crazy.
Can we get off of Squirrel Girl? Because I'm having an aneurysm.
See, she's too OP for this conversation. That's how OP
Doom has to take that L. Doom takes no L's first.
Hulk took that L.
Doom takes no L's.
Dude, I don't even think Thanos wants to step to Squirrel Girl. He's like, look, there's some fight.
Thanos lost to Squirrel Girl as well.
Hey.
I mean, no, he did it. God damn it. Fuck you, Marvel, for making Squirrel Girl a thing.
Hey, she's all sevens across the board.
For making Squirrel.
She's One Punch Woman.
They trying to turn her pretty much, to me, just my perspective. They've turned her into their Harley Quinn kind of. They've kind of turned her into their Harley. Except for she's not bad at all.
I think they're trying to find a place for her, and I think she's more of. I'd almost say she was more of a older Plastic Man than a Harley, where it's like, I'm so powerful, I'm just ridiculous about my life. Like, you guys don't really understand how powerful. And then when time comes, boom, guess what? Who saves the entire day?
But here's the problem. Plastic Man, you know why he was on the team. You know why. Plastic Man is the shit.
Because he's OP?
You know why.
Because he had demonstrations of extreme power for no reason?
You know why. What? Squirrel Girl, because he's powerful as fuck.
And so is Squirrel Girl.
No, she's not. She has squirrel powers. That's all they said. She just has squirrel powers. She's not. No, bullshit.
She beat Dr. Doom. All right. But what do you mean bullshit happened? You saw it. She's Aquaman, but not Lady.
Yo, man, I can't wait for this movie to drop. So all you Aquaman haters can shove it. I'm tired of my dude Aquaman getting beef. Stop dissing Aquaman.
You know what I'm really worried about?
That dude.
You know what I'm really worried about? All right, so dude playing Aquaman now, right? I loved him in Game of Thrones, right?
Oh,
he was Drago, or was it Drogo?
Drogo, yeah.
All right, he was Drogo. But did you end up seeing the Conan movie he was in?
Yes.
That shit was terrible. You had this hard ass first. Okay, here's what I like. You remember the kid in the first 20 minutes when he was young Conan? That motherfucker would have whooped his older self's ass. That fool was so badass. Oh. And then all of a sudden you have this like lighthearted, like, hey, guess what, guys? I'm in the Mummy movies now. Older self who's all like happy.
Jason Momoa, yeah.
Like, yeah, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa is not a good actor.
That movie so bad? So I'm worried that if they direct it poorly, he's gonna come off look like a bitch.
Jason
like Aquaman
Momoa
has always have.
Is not a good actor.
He's not. So under bad direction, it might just be bad.
I'm scared because everyone is just so hyped that they're making an Aquaman movie. There's a part of me that's kind of like, Jason Momoa though.
Yeah, I'm worried, bro.
He's not a good actor at all, and he was only good in Game of Thrones because he had like
good direction.
Lines. We had like 4 lines.
But that's what I'm saying is, it's good direction. Like in Conan, but here's the thing: in Conan, he should have only had 4 lines. Remember the original Conan? It was basically like.
Well, that was back when Arnold Schwarzenegger. That
was a whole like.
He was still trying to learn English.
That was like a whole line. It was like that whole movie was quiet as shit. Even James Earl Jones didn't talk. It was.
I forgot he was in the movie.
All the music in the back.
I forgot he was in the movie.
It was a hell of a shit, dude.
But yeah, I'm concerned because I'm afraid that DC is putting so much money into Ben Affleck. So much money into Will Smith, and they're using these nobodies to star in their other films, and I'm just kind of like, when it comes down to it, it comes down to just acting. Yeah. And I don't know, man, because we know Batman's gonna be good. Superman, I'm like, meh.
Batman? Batman's gonna be good. Are you saying Batman versus Superman? You saying Batman? You're saying the actor, the previous shit Daredevil is going to turn around his superhero acting skills and then all of a sudden be a convincing bat. Because I can tell you right now,
he's gotten better.
Okay, I'm going to throw a scene at you real quick. Okay, let's go into the trailer. Let's move into the scene where Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent interact before Lex Luthor walks up. And Bruce Wayne gets a completely out of Bruce Wayne, knowing he's Bruce Wayne character, and basically starts kind of talking shit to Clark Kent in the middle of a party. You recall that? That is so out of character for Bruce Wayne that it hurts to watch.
Yeah, but that's not bad acting.
That's not taking a character in a shitty direction. And then his little smart ass quips when he's out on the battlefield.
Yes.
That's not fucking Batman. Like, when is Batman Spider-Man?
I don't know about his voice. He sounds like a mixture of
Optimus. Like a bitch.
He sounds like a mixture of Optimus Prime and fucking Arrow. Like, I'm waiting for him to say, "You failed this city." And let me see here.
And
Now, hold up. FYI, Demi Lovato, I'm hoping that's a girl. Since I wish...
No, it's actually a dude I know. He plays Smash.
Oh, no, that's all good.
Shout out to it's a funny name, though.
It is a funny ass name. But he said, I wish the DC TV universe was a part of the cinematic universe because Grant is the best portrayal of Flash. First of all, I feel bad for Grant Gustin. I don't know if you saw, but he got, slammed this weekend.
Really?
Because... during the DC Universe thing, people were posting, we wish Grant Gustin, if y'all don't know, the guy that plays the Flash.
Right.
We wish Grant Gustin was the Flash in the movie, and all he did was like him. All he did was just like him. And, he got, they put him in blogs. They were saying, oh, Grant Gustin doesn't like that he's not in the movies. He throws shade at that other motherfucker that's playing the Flash. And I was fucked up. He had to write a whole long-ass post about, look, dude, all I did was support my fans who want to see me in the movies, which he should do. Which he should do.
And it's kind of messed up because I felt that way previously, and I'm surprised that DC hasn't tried this, is when Tom Welling was in the Smallville show, right? I figured after seeing how poorly Brandon Roth did in the Superman Returns that they would have regretted not just taking that kid and putting him in a reboot movie. And letting that kid who's doing great in Smallville, now the show got kind of whatever, for different parts of it, but he was a convincing Superman. He would have easily grown in the world, and you would have had years to, push this kid out to continue to be Superman for movies and everything. He could still potentially be playing the role because he'd be probably still younger than Henry Cavill, the guy currently playing him. Which, I
don't think he's a good Superman. I don't like him. I don't like mean Superman. I don't like mean, scowling.
Well, if you're gonna snap next, Superman. You can't be a nice guy. You walk up, hey guys, I'm super.
Why American Dream? They did an interview with him just earlier this week, and he's still talking about the next snap part. But anyways, back to
because it was a character changing moment.
It was a stupid moment. But back to what Demi Lovato said. By the way, Trey Tokyo. No, it's not the same guy. Grant Gustin, the guy that plays Flash in the movie. in the show, is not the same Flash.
They're not doing
in
that.
the movies.
And I agree with Demi Lovato. For certain characters, especially the Flash, I'd want to see him moved over.
Well, here's the deal. They've been hinting lately that they are just gonna do that, which to me seems kind of fucking stupid. But DC has been hinting on them combining everything because that's what people want.
Well, not just combining everything, but at least the popular characters.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't, I would probably even try to test out characters that way. Mm-hmm. For example, Firestorm. I like the professor, but I don't like the kid.
You don't like the black kid?
I don't like the black kid as much as, he just feels like he's not that strong of an actor in comparison.
I know he's not. Well, he's not. Well, the dude that plays the doctor, I forgot his fucking name. He's been around. He's been around the block.
He's been around for a long time, but he fits the role. Mm-hmm. Like the comic role, the original professor, because they changed it over different iterations, but he feels like the original professor in comparison. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It feels right. The other kid, I can't see the other kid making that major motion picture jump. Where I can see the Barry Allen Flash kid making that jump over.
Right. No, I get exactly what you're saying. But for Trey Tokyo,
the character.
The guy that's playing Flash, his name is Ezra Miller, and you can Google him. He looks like a female to me. Yeah. He looks like. I don't know, dude.
Johnny Quick. Is that who's gonna be now?
I would have preferred him as a Johnny Quick, but pause. Yeah. I'm just hoping he buffs up. That's all I'm gonna say. He doesn't look like someone. He doesn't have the look, especially since he's so used to a look, and they're still pushing that look with Grant Gustin. We're used to this look. They're pushing that look. So why fuck that up? To me, that's a misstep. Will he be Wally West instead? No, he's Barry, which doesn't make sense. To me, it would have made sense if he was even Bart. If he was just Impulse.
Very true.
It would have made more sense if they would have done that. Why are you promoting the same character two different ways? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense to me, from a business standpoint. Not from even just a fan standpoint. From a business standpoint.
Especially when now they're obviously making that merger in both now separately the universes with different characters. So you have the DC Legends of Tomorrow where obviously, hey, look, Arrow's combining with the Flash again. And, we're combining characters. We're bringing, like the Atom in. And, I mean, eventually we might see like Supergirl pop up or something like that. But if it doesn't translate over to the movies, I think it's just going to serve to confuse and upset characters more than it is unify characters. Because when I go and I watch like an Agent Carter, right, and I see an Agent Carter, I see Captain America pop up or Tony Stark popped up.
Oh, you see her pop up at the beginning of Ant-Man.
Yeah, you see her pop up. They cross
to everything pretty much in the Marvel universe except for Guardian so far.
And I think that's amazing because she's with the pre-Shield, and then to show how Shield is already so integrated with the mythical beings, the aliens, the superpowered humans, the technology.
I am kind of mad about something on Agent Carter though, but I'm not that mad about it. The guy that plays Tony Stark's dad, which doesn't make sense because that would mean that Tony Stark's dad was like 70 when he had him. But it was something that just didn't make sense to him. I'm like, dude, even if he was just 20 years old. When he had Tony, he was like 60 or 70.
Yeah, very true.
That didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because Tony's supposed. Yeah, well,
think about it.
Technically, hold on, let me
like if the dad is around in like the 1920s, 1930s,
yeah,
and like let's say he's only 20, that means that when he had Tony, then he was like 60 or 70.
Yeah, Papa was out there. Papa was out there
well,
playing.
Like father, like son.
But anyway, the last thing I did
is probably Agent Carter. But anyway, his mama. But the guy that plays Tony Stark's dad left to be Preacher.
Really?
He's playing Preacher in that. I can't believe signed off Preacher show. I'm scared because if anyone knows anything about Preacher, like 99.9% of what happens on the show and in the comics, they can't put on the show. That comic was raunchy as shit.
Yeah, very.
Like the whole point of it was raunchy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird because I think right now they're looking to push for mature audiences because I think they realize that a lot of the fans are like you and me. They're in their 30s. They're in their 40s. They're in their 50s. I mean, I went with my dad to go see the the Star Wars movie because we like Star Wars thing. I go with him to go see some Marvel movies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Fantastic. Well, except for this last Fantastic Four, we went to go see the first Fantastic Four. Not that. But I'm saying the first early one, the Jessica Alba one, we went to go see because that was my first comic book given to me by him. But we're not that younger generation, so seeing the more mature stuff are. No spoilers.
Oh, they're talking about Preacher. If you don't know what happens to Preacher by now, Preacher's been over for almost 20 years. If you
check
don't know
out Preacher if you haven't already.
But let's talk about that. In the comic, he kills Satan and God. Well, no. No, it wasn't Preacher who did it. It wasn't Jamie Custer. It was the Saint of Killers. Right. The Saint of Killers killed Satan and God. They're not going to put that on a show. With God catching a bullet to the face? Are you serious?
Oh, what happened? My divine might just couldn't.
They're not gonna put that on the show, which is my point. I'm like, so what the fuck are you gonna do? That's why I'm kind of for it because I like Preacher, but I'm kind of against it because
just gonna
I'm
preach.
like, it's not gonna be Preacher.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's not gonna be.
And I think there's certain shows that you can't do without that. Like if you can't bring the essence of the show, like if you can't bring that level of the show, like that's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm. No,
I mean,
what I'm saying.
God and Satan die, that's next level.
The whole point of Preacher was that he was looking for God because God quit. That was the whole point of the show. I'm like, they're not gonna put that on the show on the regular TV. If they make him a detective, I'm beating someone's ass. If they make him a detective, which they're doing for the Lucifer show, which is pretty much based on the book as well, and they did the same thing for iZombie. I'm just like, if they just make him a detective and solve mysteries now, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. I'm not gonna be happy.
All right. I got you. We do have to get off media though.
Okay.
Because we've been on media for like an hour now.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot to talk about.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but new shows started back up. Like I said, Agent Carter, DC Legend Tomorrow. Go check out the trailers. Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman. If you get bored and you actually have absolutely nothing else to do and you want to hurt yourself for a little bit, that's a good trailer to check out. Deadpool trailers, Red Band trailer came up. One special recommendation. I don't want to give up too much away because it feels good as a surprise trailer. I've actually been sent this trailer multiple times this week. Keanu. I don't want to tell you anything about it. Just Keanu. Key and Peele. or Keanu, Google either of those setups.
Look at my screen background.
All right.
Look at my screen background. Yes,
right.
that is a kid, a kitten wearing
Keanu.
a do-rag. A kitten wearing a do-rag. You need to watch this show. It's amazing. Also, make sure that you watch, because DC did show a piece of what the Wonder Woman movie is going to look like. And I don't know, because it confirms something. Sometimes I hate being a hardcore nerd, because I get, like, leaked stuff a long time ago. And, my bad, yeah, I know it looked kind of weird when I did that with the screen. But, it was rumored that the movie was the Wonder Woman movie was gonna take place in World War One.
What?
Yeah, the Wonder Woman movie takes place in World War One. And if you see the little screenshots they show,
they're just trying to go like low budget on special effects and do the original Wonder Woman with like a fake invisible plane and no real powers that gets chained up and is held captive. I can't be in chains. Oh
no! Jeff Johns made a good point. He said no one really knows Wonder Woman's origin
because they've changed it.
That's true. That's exactly what I screamed at the screen. We don't know it because y'all have changed it like 4 times. They pretty much turned her into Hercules. Look, when the smoke clears, which I want to talk about later.
She is the finest clay woman you'll ever meet. In store, that's her origin. Clay, living, boom, she's here.
Grant Morrison's doing Wonder Woman.
I did not know that.
If I'm gonna have to Google that. If Grant Morrison is doing Wonder Woman, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because Wonder Woman has kind of been like, I would prefer a woman write Wonder Woman. But I like Grant Morrison as well. Grant Morrison wrote the best JLA story amp stuff ever. But Grant Morrison could be kind of off because remember he was writing Superman and Action Comics and shit. Yeah. And that was kind of meh. So
yeah, it's hit and miss sometimes, but I agree with you. I want to see Wonder Woman get whoever's right, give her, just make her a strong character. I don't want to see like a very emotional movie about Wonder Woman. I don't want to see a very feminine movie. Like she's an Amazonian warrior god.
They pretty much
give me that.
They've turned her into Hercules. She's Zeus's daughter and a human daughter, and they turned Hippolyta, who was originally the original Wonder Woman. They've turned her just a regular woman. She's just the queen of Themyscira.
And she was like never Wonder Woman now.
Exactly. Now she's never. Yeah. Also, Superman was great. But that was because Grant Morrison is not good working with other writers in the universe. Grant Morrison's good when he has his own shit. Yeah. That's why he had to do All-Star Superman and make it good because it had no continuity.
Yeah. And because All-Star Superman was so damn ridiculous in terms of how powerful it was that the rest of the DC universe
pretty much what he did was that was him writing Superman how they wrote Superman when he first came out.
Yeah.
Like he was just so ridiculously powerful that it was just ridiculous. Like he had a key that was like 1 billion tons.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I'm the only one who can lift this key because I have no villains or enemies that can step to me. Most of the times, if you see me lose, I just like to, play along with my villains. Let them think, for a moment they have hope.
But it was great, and All-Star Superman proves my point. All the best Superman stories are the ones that are one-shots, that are like Elseworlds.
Like Superman ends up on going out to space by himself on like a trek to what he believes is a new Krypton, stops by different planets by himself, runs into new alien races. Those are always the best storyline for Superman where they have nothing to do with anybody else that you care about.
Did you read Superman Red Son?
Yes.
So yes, that's probably to me, that is the best Superman story ever. To me, was Superman Red Son. And for those of you who don't know, Mark Millar, who usually just writes for Marvel, there was a time he was writing for both. And he wrote this 6-issue story arc called Superman Red Son, where pretty much Superman lands, instead of in Kansas, he lands in fucking Russia. Right. And what I liked about it is that the DC universe still became the DC universe, but it was changed. Instead, the Batman was in Russia. The kid that got shot, the parents that got shot were Russian. Yeah. And so Batman was Russian. And what's his name? Albert Einstein, instead of creating the hydrogen bomb, he created the Green Lantern ring. And just shit like that. Like it was really, really
like
well
certain
made.
things have to happen still.
Yeah, like the world still was created. Like nothing stopped because of that. Just the only thing that adjusted was that Instead, Russia ends up winning the Cold War, and Russia becomes the #1 country instead of America.
They become a superpower.
Like, it was really well done, and it was different. Like, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like, to me, yeah, but I'm all for that. So, anyways, back to we're gonna get into
let's get into the weekly wrap.
Okay,
so
weekly wrap.
Move off of the wonderful comic media and straight into the books.
Okay.
So, this week there were some more, I'd say, more notable Marvel books than DC.
Well, it's like that every week.
You know, it's very, it's common.
That's kind of
the way it goes.
That's kind of meaningless. We gotta get a DC head in here.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
Well, see,
we gotta
like
get a DC head.
I'm a degree of DC fan, but right now, I can't say I like what they're doing with the universe.
You see, here's the deal.
I think anybody who's a DC fan right now kind of has to struggle to support their universe.
Here's the deal. I will always champion the books over the movies.
Okay.
I will always champion the books over the movies because without the books, there wouldn't be movies. So I don't give a fuck when people say, you don't make these movies for you. I don't give a fuck. Because without these books, there wouldn't be movies. It's not the other way around.
Right.
So it's like, it's stupid to me. So I like what DC's doing with their movies, kind of. Even though it's too early to say, people say, I'm looking at what DC's doing. Nigga, you ain't seen none of the movies. You ain't seen it. You seen the trailer. Of course the trailer looks good. It's the fucking trailer. Remember when we first saw Man of Steel? We thought this shit was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
When we saw Green Lantern, we thought Green Lantern was going to be amazing. And then you watch the movie, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I had high hopes, but damn.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's too early to say, I like what DC's doing with their movies. You don't know what they're doing. Okay. So, we'll go with that. So, but with I just like what Marvel is doing. They're trying things. They're doing things differently. So, before we get into books, I want to say that did you see they're bringing back Captain America? Like Steve Rogers, but Captain America.
Yes.
Do you not care for this?
I didn't like the fact that they made it pretend like he went away in the first place.
He's
just wearing. He's basically Captain America still.
Let's do some history here. How many times has Captain America died? Let's do some history here. How many times has he died? How many times has he gone and come back? I can name like 3 times off the top of my head now.
I was thinking there's at least 3 because there's the front steps.
There was the front steps
with Sharon Carter.
Then remember he went to Dimension Z and he was gone for hella years and came back.
Yeah. Well, that technically didn't die.
Well, yeah, he didn't die, but they thought he was dead.
Yeah.
So
technically his origin story is another one. We thought that. His origin story is basically he's dead and for a whole bunch of years.
Then he died and then he came back.
Here's my problem with it is I don't like it only because they're now just basically trying to make new characters famous off of his name. So there's currently right now there's 4 Captain Americas that are tied directly to the 616 universe. Okay. You have Steve Rogers, who's now coming back as a full Captain America, which to me he never left. You have the Falcon, who's another Captain America, which still doesn't look like he's giving up the.
I call him Falcon America.
Yeah, Falcon America.
Falcon America.
They should change his name to the Condor as a plan.
No, DC has Black Condor. They can't do it. DC has Black Condor.
Then you have Roberta, Roberta, I forget her last name.
In Spider-Man 2099.
2099, right? Mm-hmm. And now they've shown that the 616 unit, or new 616, whatever you want to call it, is tied to the 20XX universe with Daniel Cage.
Well,
which is technically supposed to be the future continuity direct.
For those who don't know,
616.
Supposedly Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' baby grows up to be a Captain America. And I can't for the love of me I don't remember again where else I've seen that. I've seen it before. And they said Dead Kev's question, I do play it as well.
He plays it. I have not played it.
I play it. Yeah. But
I'm just sad they didn't make Marvel's Capcom 3.
Yeah. It's free. I don't pay no money for it. They want me to pay money for it, but I'm not going to. Anyways, but yeah, they're trying. There's 4 Captain Americas now, but something kind of irked me. People were online really upset that Captain America, Steve Rogers come back. They're like, they're pushing Steve Rogers to the back. They're pushing Falcon to the back. They're not gonna let Sam Wilson have his shine. First of all, shut the fuck up. Shut up forever. You don't care about Falcon. You don't care about Falcon. So stop pretending that you really care for this. That you really out here rooting for Sam Wilson.
Hold up. Let me double back.
Okay.
Falcon ain't even in comic books no more. He's Captain America.
This is true, but here's the problem. You can't be mad that Steve Rogers came back to be Captain America. Nigga, he is Captain America. He is Captain America.
And if you recall, any Native American would tell you, the white man giveth, the white man will come back and taketh back away.
Yeah, if history is showing something,
you should have seen this coming.
Taught us anything.
Hey, look, I'm gonna give you this role as Captain America. Hey, look, I need to become Captain America again.
But here's the thing. Also, I was gonna say,
can't you just be Steve Rogers? I mean, are you gonna undo his identity?
No, he's Captain America. But they could be. Here's my thing. But Falcon is also Captain America too, so they could just have 2 or 4 Captain Americas. Why not? Nigga, how many Green Lanterns are there?
Well, actually, I was going to say, that's a good point you brought up to all the Green Lanterns. But
Yeah.
I was going to say, technically, there's a shit ton of captains. Why couldn't he be Captain Falcon? Smash Brothers! Falcon Punch.
If he was Captain Falcon,
Falcon Punch.
He would have the Falcon Punch. I'm shocked. You know what? I'm shocked the writer...
He should dive down and Falcon kick people.
I'm shocked the writer of Sam Wilson Captain America has not had him Falcon punch somebody.
And Falcon kick him too.
Oh, Falcon kick. I'm shocked this hasn't happened. Matter of fact, Nick Spencer, the guy who writes the book, if you're watching this, make that happen.
Do that.
I need to see Sam Wilson Falcon punch somebody.
I want to see him. Just
this
give me
needs
one.
to happen.
Give me one, I'll be happy.
He's technically been Falcon punching for years.
Yeah. Every punch is a Falcon punch.
There needs to be a
Every
Smash
punch.
Brothers joke somewhere in the movies, in the books. Something needs to happen.
Yep. They should give him a Star Spangled outfit and they call him Captain America in that outfit. But
no, I mean,
that would be.
I
mean, essentially though, that's. I mean, I get there's multiple captains in the military, and adopting the position of Captain America is a stupid idea because you can never move up to Major. Because it fucks up the name. You can't he should come back as Major America. Or General America.
Let him be Captain America, like I said.
He deserves a promotion. The man's age.
If we could have 5 Green Lanterns, at one time there was 3 Flashes. At one time Barry was back, Wally was still around, and so was Jay Garrick. I'm like, dude, you could have hella Flashes. Why can't we have 4 Captain Americas? I'm just like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why does that make sense for them, but not for this?
Well, and I think it's because Captain America, the concept initially is Captain America is more of an ideal than a power set,
than a title,
than a title, right?
I could
a Miss Marvel title or
just a Green Lantern title,
Green Lantern title. And Green Lantern is its own corpse. It's like the military. That'd be like discussing the captain part of Captain America, where you're not really you're discussing the name and role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons why people might be a little upset, because it felt like the role was passed on to certain people. So Danielle Cage was the Captain America for a time. She was the ideal for a time. The Roberta was that player of her. We don't know much about her, but that's supposed to be the idea and representation of the team. And Falcon is the new age representation of the American.
But he still is. He didn't lose anything.
But
that's my argument. Is that he didn't lose. He's still Cap. And he's still going to be the Captain America on the Avengers.
You know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
He's just not going to get the title books anymore. He's not gonna. His book's gonna fade out. He's not gonna get the higher.
I don't think so. Well, I don't think so. You know why?
With the movie coming out,
CNN is talking about Black Captain America. They're not talking about Steve Rogers. The Black Captain America book got people were they got talking about. They had a whole conversation about it on CNN, my nigga. So that's big shit.
And you feel that with the movie coming up and Falcon and Steve Rogers are 2 different characters, and we just went through a major universe reboot. You don't feel that they might take advantage of? Let's make Falcon his own man again. Let's make Falcon.
Nah,
you know what?
Let's
actually add Falcon. Let's get.
There's a new Falcon.
Never mind. I started thinking Marvel wise. I started here. If I was sitting in a Marvel room, I could feel myself going to think of dumb shit sometimes, and adding let's make Falcon an Inhuman, where he smelled some Terrigen and became part Falcon.
Well, he's already part
And then he
Falcon.
stopped being Captain America, and now he could fly under his own power. And he could do bird calls.
By the way, anyone who's watching this, last week people were drawing us That was dope. Y'all should do that again.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I still have those pictures, so I will add those.
Those were awesome
when I do the video editing.
But also, I wanted to say, so they're bringing back Thunderbolts.
Okay. Yes.
They're bringing back Thunderbolts. I'm all for it. I don't know if you read Thunderbolts back in the day.
There's so many iterations. I've read a bunch of iterations up through. I want to say the last iteration I really read thoroughly was Dark Avengers time.
Dark Avengers was pretty much just the Thunderbolts.
But I'm saying that was the last time I was that last era of that team and iteration that I really read into. Some of the later versions with without Zemo and stuff, the in between issues I haven't really cared for, but overall I kind of like the concept of the Thunderbolts. I
like the concept, and for those who don't know, the Thunderbolts are pretty much
Suicide Squad.
They are pretty much Marvel's Suicide Squad, but with a twist to it.
Small twist.
A small twist.
You can't sue us for copyright.
Yeah, well, basically back in the 90s, Marvel had this horrible event called Heroes Reborn.
Oh shit! He went there. Damn.
And Marvel,
all right.
All the heroes were gone off the earth. So Marvel, the actual company, started promoting in the Wizard magazine and everywhere. This is before the internet, kids. So you had to read a magazine to find out about this. And they started promoting. We have this new team coming out. They're called the Thunderbolts. This new team we got. They're called the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts are great. We love the Thunderbolts.
Yep.
And there's this new team. There's Citizen V, Atlas. There's these new characters. And the first comic comes out, Thunderbolts #1. And you pick it up and you read it, and it's just introducing all the characters, and then they come and save the day, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the issue, the leader starts laughing hysterically after they save the day, and everyone's like, "Wow, this is a new team!" And he takes his mask off, and it's fucking Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
And you find out that every member of the Thunderbolts is a bad guy from the Masters of Evil. Mm-hmm. They're really the Masters of Evil. Now they're bringing back that team. And they have a new leader, Winter Soldier. This to me means we're gonna get a Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in the next Marvel phase.
I think phase 4.
Yeah, once phase 3 is done, I think like you're saying, there's gonna be some rebuilding.
Cause they got to. Cause they can't make no more Captain America movies. They can't make no more Iron Man movies. They can't make no more Thor movies. I think they're gonna bring Hulk back. I hope they do Planet Hulk. Please, God, do Planet Hulk.
You think they'll do Planet Hulk?
Why wouldn't they do Planet Hulk? Think about it. Why wouldn't they do Planet Hulk? Hulk fighting giant space creatures? Holy fucking shit.
Here's the only reason I would think is because if to go to Planet Hulk is too good of an idea. But if you wanted to sell yourself short, you would just move right into World War Hulk and give a reason for Hulk to be mad at the other heroes. Well, for example, you take the combining of two stories. You take the Planet Hulk to World War Hulk and you combine it with the Trial of Hulk from the Ultimates universe, where they basically put him on a ship out in the ocean and try to blow him up, and then he gets away, you know what I mean? But then have him, out, because remember he tried... When we met Hulk in this current movie verse, he was out in the forest already.
Yeah,
basically, he was on the run. Have them betray him. Basically, his whole your Civil War build up, your Avengers Ultron build up, where he goes and basically destroys all civilians potentially hurt and everything like that through his actions. We got to put him out on a boat and blow him up. It's feasible. It's easy technology wise. Plus, the idea of zero energy, blah blah blah, arc reactor, yada yada yada. Easy to push off, and then you have a reason for him to be upset and then come back. You know what I mean? And
I think without having
because think about it, Planet Hulk is such a long concept.
It's not that long of a concept.
Okay, first of all,
you can say the same thing for Civil War. You can say the same thing for Civil War. Civil War's a long concept, but they're doing it.
Yeah, Civil War.
It doesn't need to be. There was a lot of filler, and not really a lot of filler. A lot of things that don't need to be there.
But you gotta remember, he has to go to a planet. He has to fight his way through. He has to meet the girl. He has to have the girl.
You can do that in a movie.
Blow him up. It just feels so quick.
You can do that in a movie. And another reason why I want a Planet Hulk movie is because Nigga, give me Better Ray Bill. Give me Better Ray Bill.
That's a big explanation, too.
I'm mad. I am upset that Ragnarok Better Ray Bill's not showing up. I need Better Ray Bill.
So you want basically them to take the really good cartoon movie they made and make a live action movie of it. Even though they already made the cartoon movie and it was great.
Nobody watched that shit. It's a press. Nobody watched that. Nobody watched that shit.
I watched it multiple times.
Nobody watched that shit.
I was texting that shit to people. I was like,
and if they're doing that with Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad movie is almost pretty much Escape from Arkham. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
It was a good movie.
It was fucking great.
Apparently there's a new Batman movie.
Yeah, Bad Blood. Bad Blood.
Have you seen it yet?
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this. Shout out to my hacker niggas. Shout out to my hacker niggas. Anyways, okay, let's get to this shit. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Captain Marvel came out this week.
Yes, it did.
I fucking love this.
I enjoyed it.
Let me tell you something. If you've been watching this podcast, I've been complaining a lot about this new resurgence of like, we need female representation in comic books, and I'm kind of like, I mean, I'm all for that, but don't alienate me. Like, I felt alienated. I'm reading some of these girl books, and I'm like, I feel like when I watch Supergirl, I'm just kind of like, I don't feel like this is for me. Maybe this is me. It's gonna be motherfucker watching this like, you're stupid, Scurry. Whatever. Yeah. I that's how I feel. I read Captain Marvel, and it's written by two women, and it's drawn by this dude who's hella gay, and he like redesigns female characters. He helped make the new Batgirl costume. He helped redesign Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And it's drawn by this dude, so it's aimed for females. But I read it, and I was like, I can read this.
It's like, a good book.
You can tell it's female power, but it's still like, it doesn't make me feel alienated.
And see, this is where I think this is where I feel that good writing hits. So it's not necessarily guy power or girl power. It's just a powerful character.
Yeah.
She is powerful. And so if you have any military familiarity, her kind of casual but focused attitude, the strength that she tries to show in her position, that's very reflective of somebody who's been in the military a long time.
And that's something that I like that a lot of writers have forgotten. Is that she is not only military, she's like a lieutenant. She is above, and correct me if I'm wrong, but she is above captain. Like, she's above Captain.
I believe she's like a major.
Yeah, she's a major. So she's above Captain America. Yeah. So I have some cool comics where Captain America be trying to tell her what to do, and she's like, I outrank you, fuck you. Yeah. Like, I outrank you, and Captain America gotta fall back. Because when the smoke clears, Captain America's a soldier. So Captain America he's trained. He's mentally trained. So when sometimes she gotta tell him what to do. Yeah. And he has to do it. He's like, fuck, all right.
And the result of that, I think that little detail makes for a good book, and they do that very well in this book. Agreed. They make her very, and it's not like you said, it's not driven towards an agenda. Yeah. In the book, it's written just as she's a superhero. She's an action junkie to a degree. She's that person who you've moved up so far in the military that you miss being out in the field, but you're powerful enough in her case. You know, you didn't grow old and need to be in a desk job. You just did your time, and as a result, your position requires you to be at a desk. Your position as a leader in the area that you are requires you to be at a desk. And this is not, like I said, this is not it's a female's, journey. Now, this is a soldier's journey down that new road of responsibility as a superhero.
Agreed.
And that's what I think makes that great book, makes the book great. It's written very well.
And she feels like a woman. I feel like I'm reading a woman. Not just a character that just so happened to be a female. I feel like I'm reading a female with a woman with her own type of thoughts. And like in the beginning, she's flirting with War Machine. Yeah. And it felt like real, like, you know what I'm saying?
They were talking about they were dating or like offline kind of in another book recently, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably smashed a few times, but I like that they don't like just straight up say it. Yeah, and you could just tell. To me, that's just a result of good writing. Like, you don't need to just straight up say,
because it's a more natural interaction. Like all the interactions you had with everybody, like Abigail, Brand, and everything.
Abigail Brand shows up again, which I like.
I thought that having that, and having Abigail Brand being tied to space and everything is always good, but having those natural reactions and that natural kind of like office place, like, the Office Place chatter was really good because it wasn't poignant. It wasn't trying to get at anything other than, yeah, you're just showing up for a new job. I mean, shit, things are messed up.
And it kept Captain Marvel's, like, it kept her character right, because Captain Marvel has always been the overachiever.
Right.
She's the woman that has had to fight hard to get into a man's world. She understands this, and she has no problem showing us men how it's done. Yeah. So Carol Danvers has always been the one that is rushing out. Yeah. That is just rushing out. Let's just fuck everything up, like, right now.
Let's say you took, let's say you're talking about the Green Lantern universe, and you took Hal Jordan out and had, wasn't an old girl's name Carol as well? From
it was Carol.
From Ferris Airport. Yeah. Had Carol become Green Lantern instead, they would basically become the same character. Where I mean, that combination of just drive. I'm the kind of cowboy character is really good. So,
and also what I love about this book, definitely. Also what I love about this book is that it brought back Alpha Flight.
Yeah,
it brought back Alpha Flight. I always have a soft place in my heart for Alpha Flight. And Marvel just and I love, that they gave them more of a purpose other than we're Canadian.
That's a power set. What do you think Wolverine was riding on all those years?
That has always been my problem with Alpha Flight. Like, I'm like, what is your guys' point other than the fact that y'all Canadian?
Canada has heroes too.
Like, I'm just like, seriously, like, wow, what's the point of you guys other than we're Canadian? So
what's this all about?
This all about.
What's this all about?
I heard Canadians don't talk like that. They get hella mad when you say that. But everyone, Captain Marvel I put it on my pull list.
Pick it up,
which I rarely do. I put it on my pull list. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that I could read and support a female book without feeling alienated from it. That's just me. I mean, I'm not dissing no one else. If you read whatever you like, just me, I don't like feeling alienated from a book that I'm putting money into. And when I read this, I don't feel alienated. I'm all for it. A lot of people are giving Marvel shit right now. They're like, oh, well, DC is putting out their female superhero first before them. First of all, who gives a shit? Okay, who gives a shit that they're doing it first?
Look,
who cares?
Marvel's had plenty of females in plenty of movies already, easily. Single title one, I think they'll kill the entire Wonder Woman movie with just Agent Carter. Depending on how it goes.
I like Agent Carter.
I'm sorry, Agent Carter came through as initial strong female lead who I have no doubt in every scene can hold her own.
And she has no powers. And that's what I like about her more. She has no powers.
That, to me, is epic writing. And not only that, let's take another walk over to another setup. Okay. Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. Fucking fantastic.
I mean,
and
killed it. Full female lead role.
People who use that dumbass, people use a dumbass argument, DC is getting the first female superhero. Okay, well, I can say that Marvel's giving the first brother his own show, Luke Cage.
Boom.
What you gonna do now, DC?
Boom.
What you gonna do now?
Boom.
It's like, using that analogy is stupid. Number one. Number two, of course she gets her movie first. She was the first female superhero. So it just makes sense she gets her movie first.
Yeah, and it's only it
makes sense that she gets it first.
She's been on TV before back in the day. I mean, come on now. It's not like
Linda Carter.
Yeah, Linda Carter was. I mean, for a long time.
Linda Carter, Linda Carter. Yeah.
Shout out back in the day. I mean, it's not like it hasn't been represented. I think the argument's kind of dry. Well, this universe. Look, they're getting movies. They're trying to bring characters to the main screen. DC especially had to go with what worked.
Yeah,
and that was Superman, Batman. Just like they saw during that time, they saw Spider-Man getting big. They were like, look. Premier superheroes, your Supermans, your Batmans are going to bring your money. And then they started seeing, because of different, title rights, you can make your Captain Americas, your Avengers. You can throw in heroes that aren't just household names and bring them up, and make them. I mean, it's good stuff.
I'm with you 100%. I'm all for it. I think Captain Marvel, the movie, is going to tie the Marvel Universe to Guardians of the Galaxy, which needs to eventually happen, which is going to inevitably happen.
It has to happen. It's going to happen.
Because the stones are coming together, so it's going to inevitably happen. Also, I always find it funny when I watch Daredevil, which is a fucking amazing show, by the way.
Daredevil the show. Good.
Yeah, Daredevil the show.
Yeah, specifically, don't watch that movie again.
Oh, no. There is no movie.
Okay.
It's that simple. There's no movie. Just watch the show on Netflix. When I watched the Jessica Jones show, I'm watching this and I'm like...
shout out to folks on Beam, by the way. Sorry I haven't had that chat up, but thank you.
Yeah, shout out to them. But when I watch Jessica Jones, I'm like, wow. In the same universe, there's a talking raccoon and a talking tree. In the same exact universe, there's a talking raccoon and a talking tree. Yep. That shit is what makes Marvel great. Is that they can get away with shit like this. In the same universe, there's a dude that's an ant out here stealing shit. Yeah. Like, to me, that's awesome. Yeah. To me, that's great.
But you see what DC's doing right now, right?
What's that?
They're trying to make their little Guardians of the Galaxy for their side a little darker. Omega Men.
Oh, the Omega Men?
The Omega Men. I wouldn't be... The way I'm watching this being written, I wouldn't be surprised if they were fishing for an Omega Men movie in the future.
Well, if they decide to do it, that's fine, but Marvel did it first.
Yeah.
Just like the South Park episode. Simpsons did it. Well, you gotta do the same thing. Marvel did it.
I don't know. I forget which book this is, and I really hate that I do. Mm-hmm. But there was a rabbit character that was basically Rocket Raccoon.
That's that's Captain Carrot. Captain Carrot's been around a long time.
He's been around a long time, but come on, you can't tell me that wasn't basically like.
But they pretty much brought him back.
Like, hey,
they pretty much brought him back.
Fuck your raccoon, Marvel.
I remember Newsarama.com. They even did a thing on it. They were like, and then they changed it. His name was just Carrot.
Yeah.
And then they were like, dude, he's just Rocket Raccoon. They just completely stole Rocket Raccoon. And it was just like, we're gonna do the same thing. And this is where Marvel will always win because Suicide Squad might be great. Batman vs Superman might be great. Suicide Squad might be great.
No.
But
Batman vs Superman has 2 complaints that are.
They won't reach the kids like Marvel has. And that's where the money comes in at. That's where the victory comes in at. Because Guardians of the Galaxy, you can do a lot with that. With Groot, there are kids saying, I am Groot. You know, you can just imagine the fields at schools right now. There are kids saying, I am Groot, I am Groot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a feel.
You can't do that with Suicide Squad.
Star-Lord is like a dream of the kid who goes out into space and has adventures and grows up as a pirate. I mean, that's... Star-Lord alone sells the kids, kids through of all ages. Like you're saying, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, it all sells perfectly.
That's what I'm saying. And they turned it into a cartoon. You can't do that with Suicide Squad.
No.
You can't have kids wanting to do something called Suicide Squad. First of all, they're a bunch of bad guys. Right. Second of all, when the smoke clears, all of them just shoot people.
True.
All of them just have guns.
True.
They're just shooting people. Let's move on with the comic stuff. Okay, the next on my list is something... Okay, here's the deal. Before we get into this one.
All right.
Thor, they're probably doing one more Thor movie and they're done.
Yes.
They gotta do... It's called Ragnarok. I'm leaning towards that by the end of it, Thor's gonna be done. He's probably gonna die.
You think in the movie he's going to die? Or you don't think he's going to show up later?
I think he's going to die in the movie.
Okay, I think, and we can challenge it. We can go back to this footage and say later. I think what's going to happen is Thor will live as the remainder of Asgard. I think at the end of it, Asgard will be destroyed, and Thor will whatever Odin force, and he will take a role that is not as active as Thor was in a sense to try to rebuild.
I get what you're saying.
Asgard. So I think he'll take an absentee role, but I think they're going to destroy Asgard as it is.
I think that,
I think Asgard as it is, like you're saying.
Gods.
Yeah.
And Hulk has a big thing in the movie, like Hulk's like all up in the movie. And I'm wondering what his role is. They say it's going to be like a buddy movie. Like a buddy cop film, but with Thor and Hulk. So I'm looking forward to it.
Be interesting.
But anyways, when Thor's done, because even Chris Hemsworth, his contract's going to be up, they got to get a new god to go out there to represent for the gods. So here's who I'm thinking they're aiming for next. Hercules. I think Hercules is going to be next.
Okay.
I think, and if you think about it, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Instead of having a Thor hammer, he had the mace.
Yeah.
And they already got a guy that I heard they're looking at, homie who married Sofia Vergara.
Okay.
I heard he's going to be Hercules, and they're looking at him to be Hercules.
That makes sense.
And
you know what's interesting, too, that you say that is because now you notice Hercules has stopped doing things that wouldn't allow him to fit in this universe. Because remember, previously, he's a womanizer. Yeah. He's a drunk, which, drinking is not something that can be supported.
But here's the thing.
He's a partier.
Here's the thing. That needs to be in the movie. Imagine a superhero you can hang out with. like Hercules is the type of dude that shows up to battle drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Like he just came from a frat party. I can see Captain America going like, where's Hercules? And they see him just surrounded by a bunch of sorority chicks. And then Avengers just standing there in front of him. Like, wake up, we have to go. And like they're all pissed off that he's drunk and shit, but that's how he fights better. Like he's a frat boy superhero. Yeah. He's a frat boy. And that's what I like about the character of Hercules. And pretty much
I think what I was gonna say is I like that about his character, but I think that the Disney side of it, to bring him into that kind of thing, is going to be that path of redemption. So I think he'll start out, you know, as the you know, drunkard kind of thing, and I hope even more so if they were ever do a movie, we'd get a, you know, like an actual Greek tale.
Well,
where do his 12 labors and everything like that.
If you think about it, Disney's already done Hercules.
Oh, well, the cartoon.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why not just move it over? They could do that. Disney owns both characters.
Well, I'm saying it's an easy, epic movie that I think will transcend and you know, be a nice re-bridge again between the comic and the, you know, regular kind of universes of a Hercules comic-based, but 12 Trials movie. So you don't even need to really include too many comic characters. You could if you want to do like a little cameo, but do like an actual like epic Greek tale and do his origin movie.
Here's my problem.
And then bring him in, you know, you bring him into the movie.
There's hella Hercules films already.
It's true.
And they've all done the trials. I'm like, I don't want to see another movie with the trials. They could have like a small thing where they show him doing the trials, and they could show him as the great hero, and then they fast forward to the day he's just a drunk fuck. And he's like talking to someone. He's like, I'm Hercules. I'm the world's first superhero. Blah, 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 blah. And the people are like, who the fuck? They could go a whole, think about it. Fucking Hancock. It's just Hercules. Yeah. He's the drunk hero that people are like, what the fuck, you fucking loser. And he shows up drunk, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, think about it. Think how many people can relate to something like that.
Think about how you can also tie in things in the past, like the Celestials.
Well, you can still do that. The whole concept of Hercules is he's the guy that's fighting the past. And that's where, because they've done Hercules books before. They just don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, because I remember they were really trying to push him to be like Hulkish. For a little, remember,
and that's not Hercules. Book. Hercules needs to be the guy that's fighting all the old shit. What they're doing with Hercules is what I hope they're doing with Wonder Woman. It's pretty much because Wonder Woman's pretty much Hercules now. They didn't change her background because originally she was pretty much a golem. She was made of clay and brought to life, and then he changed that, and they're just like, nah, she's half. She's a demigod, pretty much like Hercules. Her dad is Zeus. And so, but the thing I hate that they did to that is that they took away her flight. I hate that they took away Wonder Woman's flight. I don't know why they did that. I don't like that.
She can't fly again?
She can't fly now. Ever since New 52, they took away her flight.
Really? Because she flew Superman somewhere. Just in like a couple books ago.
No.
Because he can't fly anymore. She picked his ass up and flew him somewhere.
She's the god of war now. So I don't know if she's gained the flight now.
She could fly.
But I remember. Okay, so they must have just added that. Okay, they must have just added that. I'm glad.
She picked up Luke Cage Superman and flew his ass.
Luke Cage Superman.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm fucking glad because I thought that was fucking lame that they took away her flight. But anyways, I'm digging the Hercules book. It's pretty much Hercules fighting old mythological creatures using today's weapons. Yeah. To me, that's pretty. Well, he uses old and new.
Old and new god. They're trying to bring in a sense of, you know, the new magic in the universe as well. So you're kind of getting a tie of the out with the old and almost some, you know, like bringing in characters that you haven't seen in a long time and then adding a whole new set of enemies for all the gods, all magic. So, you know, his enemies that he's seeing in this book can easily transcend into other magic books, you know. So I could see potentially going down the road, we're going to see a Doctor Strange come into play. Yes. You know what I mean? We're going to see...
Which they've been doing a lot. Doctor Strange is like out shit. Doctor Strange has been showing up in like every book. He's showing up in Iron Man. He showed up in Wolverine. And he's showing up in all these books. Anyways, Hercules is one of my favorites. It's written by Dan Abnett, and he's one of my favorite writers of all time. Dan Abnett, Annie Lanning. Annie Lanning's not a part of it, but Dan Abnett is. Luke Ross is drawing it. It's fucking fantastic. I like Hercules. I'm in love with it. It's a great book. That's a highly recommended one. Next on my list, I don't know about New Avengers.
Right now, and I'm not giving it two.
Like New Avengers.
I'm not giving it two, but one thumb down. I don't like the team.
I don't like the squad. You could tell. I feel bad for Al Ewing, the guy that's writing the book. You could tell that he was given this book. Imagine you're a writer, and you're given this book, and they're like, you have your team you want to use. Right. And you're like, all right, I got my team I want to use. Marvel shows up and knocks on the door and says, hey, what you doing in here? Oh, I'm just writing this new team. Oh, you have to put Squirrel Girl on the team. And he's like, what? They're like, you got to put Squirrel Girl on the team. He's like, but but I don't like Squirrel Girl. And he's like, we don't care. She needs to be an Avenger. She needs to be on the team. This is the only one that fits. You're putting her on the team. Because we're like 5 issues in, and Squirrel Girl has done shit. She's done squat. She's just there.
They haven't had a universal threat yet.
It doesn't matter.
All right, you need to have a Galactus show.
Yo, bruh. If she One Punch Man's their next fight, I'm not reading this book.
She's not gonna One Punch Man in the neck. Look, they're fighting somebody who could bend reality, who could do virtually anything. Mm-hmm. She'll have to kick him twice, then punch him.
Right? So she's 2-kick, 1-punch girl.
Yeah, 2-kick, 1-punch.
Okay, 2-pitch, 1-punch.
Because like with One Punch Man, the kicks don't really matter. It's when he finally punches you, that it really matters. But that's gonna be this. It won't be as the casual. Oh, I just beat you. It'll be like, oh, I'm dodging you. Okay, kick. Oh, you hit my squirrel. Oh, now I'm really mad. Kick again and then punch, and then she'll break his reality warping powers and everything of that nature. That's how it goes.
It's
what is up, Tier Low, Dead Kev, always in the house. Shout outs to you guys. Thank you, man. 2 of the best mods brother can ask for.
Shout out to these guys. So here's the deal. I hate this book. I want to like it.
Matter of fact, here's I got a suggestion. If they take the current New Avengers team and replace it with that Avengers 20XX team, I would be much happier. Just drop the current team and replace. Like, if the next episode they all die in the future where they're at, and then they're replaced by the Avengers 20XX team, this would become a great book.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. And here's the thing. I want to, and shout out Cavatino. He's like, honestly, I gave up another one. And here's the deal. I love Wiccan. I love Hulkling. I love them. I don't think they get the respect they deserve because they're an honest gay couple. They're the best honest gay couple we've seen since Apollo and Midnighter. And they don't get no respect out here. People just care, oh, Iceman's gay now. Who gives a shit? That's lame. Like, these characters were gay, and like, if you read Young Avengers is easily one of my favorite runs of all time. And you see them explore their sexuality, how them being scared, to do it, and and that was something good. So I want to root for them, but I just don't care for these characters. I also love Power Man, and which they're gonna have to change his name. But I also love Power Man and White Tiger. Like, these are characters I like. I like these characters, and they're not doing anything. Right. It's just stupid. I don't care for this book.
I think that, I don't know. I think that they've kind of lost their way with this book, and I don't think it's going to get good anytime soon. It's just poorly. Nothing about this book is good. Don't read it. Hopefully it'll go away. That's what I say. Hopefully it'll go away. Cause
I'm reading this just so y'all can live. Yeah. Just so y'all can be like, save you some money. Yeah.
I try to read as much Marvel and DC as possible, just because I'm.
You don't read as much DC as possible. We both can use reading some more DC.
I read every DC.
Someone recommend me some more DC because so far all I read is Justice League.
Here's the problem.
And Batman.
I can't really recommend you DC because not a lot of it's good. Like right now. Well, that's the problem with it is I go through it. I read it. I kind of like almost what they've started to do with Wonder Woman, including her more in the mythology, the Greek mythology. So she's dealing with a new pantheon of God. I read a lot of DC. I can't lie about it. But at the same time, it's not good enough right now for me to go, hey, you should check it out. Like the Firstborn stuff got really interesting. But after it ended, things have kind of slowed down. Her book overall is just kind of, it's a good read to follow along. It's not like, okay, she has this epic storyline that you're going to follow along and love and everything else. Superman sucks.
Superman hasn't been good since New 52. Like, even Jeff Johns' run was kind of...
Most of the books for Superman are just like, okay, we want to see if somebody's going to do good with them. And it starts out well, but it goes away really quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's slow.
Cavatino, he said that he reads Sinestro. I like Sinestro.
I like Sinestro's book. I do.
Is he a bad guy? If he's not a bad guy, I don't want to read it.
You got to keep in mind, this is his core character. He always wanted to restore order, but he has a ruthless mindset because he's afraid of a world without order, and that's his fear. So he's never necessarily been a bad guy. He's that guy who's extremely, just like a General Ross. Now, technically, General Ross was the bad guy for Hulk.
Who, Thunderbolt Ross? Okay.
General Thunderbolt Ross. Okay. Yeah, he was a bad guy for Hulk, right? I'm talking about pre-Red Hulk. But at the same time, he's a general with a living atomic bomb running around that he had part in its creation. I mean, you got to understand there's a responsibility set with that. There's a level of destruction that you feel responsible for.
Well, I can agree with that because Sinestro has always been the world's greatest Green Lantern. He's always been. I like that little thing they always added. Yeah. Is that Sinestro is better than Hal. He is better than Kyle. He's better than all of them. He is the best Green Lantern. And that's why what made it hurt that he left.
Because he has that. He has a level of will and conviction that separated him from many others. It was just that taking it that far.
So you're recommending Sinestro?
I like Sinestro.
I love Green Lantern. I love the concept of the Green Lantern.
I don't like the Green Lantern books right now.
I don't like the books right now, and that's what kind of pushed me away from it.
But I do like Sinestro's book.
Okay,
Sinestro's book is separate.
Thank you. I need more DC.
I think they're going to cross over eventually, but right now you've got at least, correct me if I'm wrong, Stream, at least 19 books that are actually good.
Okay.
19 books from the start of his current comeback. Yeah, it has been good.
I like Sinestro. I like the concept. Yes. I just hate that DC has kind of gotten away from the whole the Green Lantern, all the different rings. Like I don't see no blue Lantern rings, no orange.
Okay.
There is
in the Sinestro universe, you'll find all that.
Huh?
And aside from Avarice, which is LaFreeze, you'll find out what happened to the rings in Sinestro's book. They show you. Okay. And they show the Green Lantern Corpse book goes over origins of the colors, so you'll know they'll eventually be coming back. Kyle Rayner, of course, he's with the Omega Man. He has no rings right now, so there's nothing going on. Kyle?
He was the White Lantern.
Kyle has no ring right now. He's with the Omega Man. He's in the Omega Man book, which the Omega Man book is semi-interesting. It's getting bad, though.
It's getting canceled.
That's why I said it's getting bad, though. It started out pretty interesting. It's getting bad. It got bad.
Shout out to Cavertino. He's saying that he's trying to see what's up with the Parallax Hal. You know what? Them bringing back Hal Jordan was the worst shit ever because I liked that Hal Jordan went evil. Well, I like that happened because if you know anything about the Hal Jordan character, it would have made sense for him to do that.
Let me explain to you what he's talking about.
Okay. Well, that's what they're bringing him back. They're bringing him back. I heard.
No, there's two Hals.
Oh, what?
In the universe right now. So the Convergence event that happened. You remember Convergence?
Yeah.
Did you read Convergence?
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember how they had the actual Parallax Hal? Mm-hmm. You know how they have the new the 70s detective, long hair, Blade Runner Hal.
Yeah.
Basically. All right. So Blade Runner Hal is a different Hal than the Parallax Hal from the Convergence event. And Convergence event Hal is there, and now he's apparently going to try to go and kill regular Hal. That he's also in the universe. So now there's Parallax Hal and there's Hal Jordan with the gauntlet.
Convergence? You mean Budget Secret War?
Yeah, Budget Secret War. Yeah, exactly. Hey, let's do a huge event that doesn't matter. Convergence.
Well, all right. Well, you know why they did Convergence? The whole point of Convergence was that DC was moving from the East Coast to the West Coast so that they could be a part of WB Studios. So they needed 3 months. And so they pretty much did the stupid event that won't mean anything.
Didn't mean anything.
That didn't mean anything.
Except for now you get Parallax Hal.
Except for that, pretty much. We get some random books.
And another shitty character, Telos.
And that comic's getting canceled, too.
It should. It was boring as shit.
It's like, DC, what are y'all doing?
It was like, all right, we're going to give a character some random powers that make no fucking sense.
But both sides bring stupid characters. I still can't believe Marvel gave us a Red Wolf book. Of course, it is the lowest ordered book in everything. And I'm like, of course it is. Because no one cares about Red Wolf. Other than he's Native American. And it doesn't even... It's a cowboy comic book. It's a cowboy that didn't even take place in the regular universe. It's in 1872. I'm like, no, this is stupid.
That's not a good idea. But Garatino also said Earth 2 characters located. Just to address that, they might as well have not relocated. Basically, they were on a different Earth. And now they're on a different Earth. That's
so it's still just Earth 2.
Essentially, here's what happened is they still have the ramifications of the Darkseid War. If Darkseid blew up everything except for the last city that they had, it would still be exactly the same as what they're dealing with now, because basically the whole Earth is unexplored, and they have one major city with the remainder of the people who survived the war. So essentially, like I said, it's basically nothing happened for the Earth 2 people.
And I hate Earth 2. I hate Earth 2 because Earth 2 is pretty much just JSA.
And I like the Earth 2 reads pretty much up until Convergence. And
I heard Earth 2 was good until that.
Earth 2 was interesting.
Is Mr. Terrific and still in Earth 2? Because last time I checked, he was in Earth 2.
Yeah, he's still in Earth 2.
Okay, and I think there was another character they fucked up because I love Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific is pretty much DC's Black Panther. And I like Mr. Terrific. I thought it was a great character. Jeff Johns did a really good job with him. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, nope, he's now in Earth 2. And like,
yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
But moving on. Let's just move on.
All right. Uncanny X-Men.
2 issues in, and I think I hate this book.
I can tell you, I hate the book for only one reason.
Okay.
Because I like the art. I'm a big fan
of
the
art. Well, it's Greg Land.
It's great art. But I don't like Wolverine Tooth. I don't like that concept.
Wolvertooth?
I don't know. Saberine, freaking the Jenkins. Look, Wolverine's been replaced and technically brought back. There's Old Man Logan in the X-23. End it. Have Sabretooth get hit in the head and go fucking nuts again, okay? Give me back my psychopath Sabretooth, who rips people's throats because it's Tuesday.
Sabretooth being good fucks up the point of Sabretooth's character. Because to me, the X-Men have always been about, hey, look, people, us mutants were not that bad. Sabretooth is the example of why the mutants are bad.
Yeah. The natural example of why mutants are bad.
Sabretooth is the example of why all mutants need to be shot in the fucking face. Sabretooth's the type of character, there'd be a rally, save the mutants, and someone would show up with pictures of mutilated bodies of an orphanage, because Sabretooth just killed everyone in the orphanage when he was born. And they're like, we want to save you people? And that's what I like. Sabretooth doesn't need to be on Magneto's team. He doesn't need to be on Xavier's team. Sabretooth is the type of character Magneto would hate. Yeah. Magneto would be like, you're fucking this up. Magneto's like, you're fucking this up. Because I'm showing people that we can rise above them. We're not here to kill them. We're here to rule them.
You know what team I like Sabretooth on? Identity Disc. You remember Identity Disc? Did you read that?
Wow, it was a throwback.
Yes.
Wow.
Real throwback. But it was the team of all, it was almost like a Suicide Squad type deal. And that's the only way I could see Sabretooth being on a team. Mm-hmm. If Tony Stark could get his shit together, Sabretooth could lose his shit again. I hope so.
Because I get what he's saying, because the superior Iron Man.
Yeah, and I don't think that, I think that them making him look like Wolverine too. So now he has the haircut and he's got the little.
Well, I just hate that the whole point that he's on the team is that he's Wolverine,
and he changed his whole outfit. Like, dude, have him be Sabretooth.
I hate that the whole point.
Hey, look, because I'm good, I want an outfit change. Can you put me in some spandex now? Well, because I'm a good guy.
Well, how many times are we gonna do Sabretooth is good now? We can trust him now. How many times are we gonna do that?
If he doesn't kill everybody, I will be very upset.
He has killed too many characters for us to be like,
if he doesn't go batshit crazy, like, look, it was a plan the whole time. I don't like any of you. Especially like Mystique. His whole plan should be to kill Mystique. Like, look, bitch, I wanted to kill you for years, and I've never actually been able to get close as a bad guy. I had to make you believe and not kill anybody for 108 days before I was able to get close enough to snatch your throat.
Well, my problem with this book is that I don't see the point of this team. I don't see the point. I don't really care for it. Especially using characters from X-Force and X-Force, Uncanny X-Force, and Uncanny X-Force was written so well.
Yeah.
So great. Every month after month, it was just killing shit. And then to go from that to this is just kind of like, fuck, we took a huge step back. They didn't even use all the characters. All the characters on the team didn't even show up on this one.
No.
And I'm just kind of like...
It's meh. It's meh at best.
Yeah, to me, out of 10, I'm giving it a 4. I'm to the 5. I love 4.
That's very generous.
I'm giving it a 4 out of 10.
That's very generous.
I'm giving it a 4 because of art.
I would say.
But that 4 is 100% art.
I would say this book can go fuck itself with New Avengers.
Word up.
It's pretty. I think it's pretty bad. It's a bad idea, and it's a bad enough idea that it messes up characters, and I don't like books like that.
I can agree with that.
I don't like books that mess up characters.
All right, next.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go on ahead. I don't even. And look, when you hear me talk about this book, look at the hat I'm wearing because I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan.
We have Deadpool, and I want to
No,
talk about.
we don't
something.
have Deadpool. We
don't
have
have
which
Deadpool?
Deadpool?
Oh,
which
is it
Deadpool?
No,
specifically?
Deadpool's in it.
So, no, specifically, what Deadpool is this supposed to be representation of? Because it's Deadpool 2099. All right,
And it's his daughter in the future, and there's a soft spot in my heart for it because I love the whole 2099 line. I love the whole 2099 line. So there was part of me that was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. But then I'm reading it and I'm just like, and while reading this book, I got halfway through it and I had a moment where I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I'm getting burnt out of Deadpool, dude. I'm getting kind of burnt out.
I feel the same way, and this book really reiterated it because
I realize I don't care.
Well, it's not even like you guys are giving Deadpool. It's like, let's take this character, this anti-hero that was good mainly because when you see a Deadpool book, you get a lot in a single book, and they felt rare. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, you've made like 10 different Deadpools in the past like 3 months. Like there's like, I mean, now we have Gwenpool, now we're doing Deadpool 2099. Pretty soon you're going to be like, okay, well the Deadpool in 2099 is Old Man Deadpool, like Old Man Logan now. And then you're going to have Professor Deadpool. It's going to be Deadpool somehow got telepathy. There's going to be a Pocket Deadpool. It's like,
a Pocket Deadpool.
Look, I mean, and you're trying to make them like serious characters because
he has way too many, he's showing up in way too many books. Yeah, let's see how many just monthly books he has. Many. He has the Deadpool book that comes out monthly. He's on Uncanny Avengers, and he's on Spider-Man Deadpool.
Yeah, on Spider-Man Deadpool.
And then they're giving him.
And then he has
he's
some
getting
other
a miniseries. He's getting a miniseries on the Deadpool and the Mercs for Money.
Yep, Mercs for Money.
He's getting that, and I'm just like, I'm. And then do we consider Gwenpool?
Gwenpool, I mean, technically they're writing it as separate almost, so he's in that.
So I'm kind of burnt out, and then he's just showing up randomly in people's books.
And then he's getting a little throwback books. He had a little 70s book this week.
Oh with, yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So it's like he's also getting specials at the same time. You know, which was probably the best Deadpool book that they've written in a little while because it was more classic Deadpool. Where I mean, you give Deadpool an afro, throw him in with Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty funny.
And they got the Deadpool miniseries, Deadpool Split Image with him and Cable.
Yeah.
The Cable Deadpool miniseries. Yeah. Which I like because Cable Deadpool is one of my favorite.
Cable
Deadpool is a shit.
Was great.
Cable
Deadpool was a fantastic book. The only thing I can say is I don't like the fact that they brought Cable for basing Cable Deadpool on the Avengers team because that was stupid. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
But I don't know. Out of 10, I'm gonna give this a 6, and it's just because I've realized I'm kind of burnt.
Dude, I can't even give this book a rating. This book, for me, it was very.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's like it's useless. And here's the deal: is the book is useless because you're going out of your way to keep a character who technically could still just be Deadpool in 2099, and then you give him a daughter and saying basically like, okay, now his daughter is Deadpool and says the same basic jokes and is damn near the same character except for like partially different in some way. I don't know. It didn't feel good.
No, I'm with you 100%. And Marvel, this cool off for the Deadpool. We understand we have a movie coming out. I love how Marvel's promoting Deadpool, but at the same time not promoting Deadpool.
Yeah.
Because it's not a Marvel movie. So it's a Fox movie. We're using a Marvel character, but it's not a Marvel movie. So Marvel's kind of like, because like we don't really know. Like we want to push it, but we don't want to push it at the same time. So I don't know. Next, can we get some DC? I see some DC, even though there's only one.
All right. We'll do some.
Of course,
DC.
we're gonna do Batman. Shout out to Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo for creating a great Bat villain. I like Bloom. I like Mr. Bloom. Batman needs more scary villains.
Right.
Like Mr. Bloom is fucking frightening.
Yeah. His whole concept, his power set.
He's fucking frightening, yo. And I'm excited and I'm all for it because like I said, Batman needs more villains that make you go, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
I haven't felt that way in a while. I haven't felt that way about Batman.
Why do I feel Batman is threatening? You know what I mean? Why is everybody gives Batman like all this OP status, like do villains like this make you feel like, okay, he deserves
Yeah.
that status. Because,
Yeah.
like you said, he's terrifying, he's powerful.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I
Bloom
can't
creeps
imagine,
me out.
you know.
Cavatino just posted
Yeah.
that. Bloom creeps me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Which he
He's
creeps
creepy.
us all out.
And he does a good job at it.
I don't know what DC is gonna do because Snyder has announced he's leaving. He's leaving the book. He's leaving, which makes sense. He's done every fucking issue since they relaunched. He's done every goddamn issue, and you can only write so many. That is like, goddamn, okay, man, shit. I mean, this is one of the most legendary runs of Batman ever. But I have to say something. I'm getting tired of Gordon Batman. I'm tired of him. I want him gone.
He's gone. What are you talking about? You can tell. I mean, this issue alone
I'm just waiting.
is
I
basically
know, I'm
the
waiting.
signifying of
I'm like, all right,
he's been
let's hurry up.
revealed, so he can't be, he can't be Batman anymore. Basically, I think the cover of the issue alone is basically saying that the Gordon Batman is now pushed up daisies.
It's gone.
They released the other bat suits in the
Yes.
issue, so I think that this Batman, and then by the end of it, you basically see Bruce going, "Where's my super suit?"
This is true. This is
He
true.
basically
And it's
does
time
that.
for him to come back. I'm over this. Batman. He doesn't know who he is. I'm over it.
It's done.
Let's move on. And bring Batman back. Okay. Snyder's leaving Batman, but he's going to Detective Comics.
Yeah.
So
Which is basically another Batman.
Yeah, which is just another Batman book.
Makes
And they're pushing for that.
The DC universe basically has like 13 Batman books at a time.
That's why I don't care when people say there are too many disc books on Marvel. There are too many disc books on Marvel. I remember Wolverine had hella books, and they were like, "There's too many Wolverine books." Shut the fuck up. There were,
Just
but
like
there's
Batman
but why? But Batman can have 9 books.
Well, okay, you're talking about to a DC fan. Okay, me personally, I feel that both of them had too many fucking books, man. X-Men too.
X-Men too.
Like,
they pulled back on X-Men. Now there's only 3 X-Men books.
No, they didn't.
There's only 3 X-Men books.
Retitled to the Inhumans.
Oh God.
Anyway,
so
Batman, the Avengers, they're all
X-Men
X-Men books now.
Yeah.
Avengers, everybody's like, hey, we're going to throw an X-Men on every damn team.
Well, they did just turn Avengers into X-Men.
Yeah.
That's all they did. They turned the X to an A.
Yeah.
Like, that's all they did. Remember when you put an X on anything it would sell? Now you put an A on anything it sells.
Yep.
So Batman, I give it a 9 out of 10.
It's a good read. It's a good series. I'd say pick it up.
It's gonna be hard. I feel bad for whoever has to right after that.
Whoever has to pick this up, it's gonna be rough.
That's
but
a hell of a
you do
run.
get to bring back a character a little bit, so you will have high expectations set forward for you, and this will define your career. So good luck for you.
Good luck for you. We'll be reading.
Yep.
This sucks. Last but not least, this is something I've been reading because I'm a fan of the writer. I mean, the artist and writer. He writes and draws this. We're gonna get off of DC and Marvel for a little bit. Let's go to Image. Fuck Fairyland. Fuck Fairyland. It's called I Hate Fairyland, but if you get the special cover, I get special covers. It's called Fuck Fairyland, and I'm a big fan of it. Scotty Young. You've seen all those alternate covers, every issue #1 of them as like babies. The guy that draws that cover, his name is Scotty Young. I've been a fan of his since he was a graffiti artist, and he stopped doing graffiti and started drawing comics. And he's starting to do this thing that for Image about a girl who is trapped in a fairyland,
Right.
and she has to find something to get her out of there. But the problem is no one ages in fairyland, so it's been 40 years. And so now she's this angry, undiable, she can't die creature out killing everyone in the fairyland trying to find this thing that's gonna get her out of there. Yeah. And she's like Wolverine. And so like the queen of fairyland is creating all these it's amazing. The queen of fairyland is creating all these like cute things to kill her, and she just grabs a giant axe and just hacking through them, and then they kind of kill her, turn her into like bone, and then she turns back because she can heal.
Because she can't die.
Because she can't die. You're in fairyland. Like she cannot die. And they just in this issue they find something that could like probably eventually kill her. And so I fuck Fairyland. I'm gonna call that Fuck Fairyland. Fuck Fairyland is fantastic. Okay. Pick it up. The issues are hella hard to find, but pick up the trade when it comes out. I like that Image is giving people chances to do this stuff. So those are my picks for the week. The ones I wanted to talk about.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually, matter of fact, I want to say peace out, Kev, but we're actually about to wrap up anyway at this point, so you pretty much stayed through the whole show. Tune in next week. At this point, we might be doing it on Saturday, possibly Sunday. Kind of depends on the work week. Work bodies everybody. It's the strongest.
This guy.
Super. Yeah, dude. I travel sometimes, man, for work. It's what you do, man.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, gotta get paid, man. Yeah. Got babies and shit. So,
got chilling.
Yeah, exactly. Got chilling at home,
Got chilling.
Got eat. But thanks for tuning in to Where's My Super Suit? It's your boy Phony Toast with the most.
TASK Task 1.
And yeah, make sure you get out there, get your comics, and tune in next week. Peace out.
Peace.